Okay, I'm back again. I'm just right until I find somebody's arrived. I'm just going to go and get a coffee. I'm here. Don't worry, I'm here. Well, hello. There's somebody here already. Hello, Elliot. Hello, mate. Well, look, I tell you what's happened here is that I've just got a coffee. Yeah, I've got. Yeah. It's instant coffee, no sugar. I love real coffee. I love it. Proper ground, fresh ground, just black. Man, that's the way to start the day. No, I'm not paying anything for it. But I tell you what's happened though is that last video that I've just done. It seems as if it's gone now. I can't get it back. So that's what I've been doing since I spoke to you the last time. So, but that. I don't know how much you saw of it. I started it, and you see, when I normally make videos, I've been recording them with my normal camera, which I've got somewhere around, and recording them onto a flash card. Then they're just so big. So then I have to pay for all right. Elliot, but don't worry. I'll make it again. But they end up so big, and I have to pay to join a site, a Clidio video compression site, and then upload them, and that takes honestly hours. If it's a half-hour video, which some of them get that way, I have to go out. I can't. It can be 8 hours, uploading. But I've noticed that people do these live streams, and I thought that it might get recorded at the YouTube server, and it might have done. But when I was away between that one and this one, it doesn't appear to. It doesn't appear to have been recorded. Now there's 3 people up here. Yeah. Okay. You see, somebody just popped in there, and obviously I wasn't told in their interest. But never mind. So yeah, look, you got the gist of it. I'm just going to relax now. It's just me and you, and I'll just keep an eye on how many people are here. What's happened here is Operation Grange is Scotland Yard's that it's their operation to mute you and me and everybody like me. And Barbara Connolty, she popped in. I can just tell from what she says. I've looked at her profile. She's a housewife. She knows it's obviously the McCanns, and she joins these other Facebook groups, and yet just ends up frustrated because nothing fucking ever happens. What's recently occurred to me is that every single one of those Facebook groups has got a troll in the admin. And as I was saying, Ant Wilkinson is an absolute prime example. If you want to join, nobody else is listening, just between you and me now, nobody else here. But if you join one of those Facebook groups, which are probably still up today, but I told them, you take the fuckers down, because if you don't take them down, I'm taking you out. I told them that yesterday. I told them that on Friday. I had kidney dialysis. I have to go and have my blood done. And on Friday, I was there on the laptop, and then suddenly a Peter Andre arrived. Welcome to new member. And Peter Andre said live on, I think it's Maddie is Dead, get real. I mean, these are, on the face of it, completely anti-science, but the admin are Operation Grange. Trust me on this. So on that site, somebody, this Peter Andre, a fucking obvious pseudonym, pops up and says, I'm making a new site. It's called Madeline, The Facts and Lies. Truth of the Lie on Facebook. Yeah, okay, right. But now, Elliot, we can out them. We can out them all, because together, I still haven't been able to make you an admin on this new site, but you and I will be admin. I trust you. I think you trust me. I'm no troll. I think we know each other well enough, and I've already invited a load of my friends to join, people that I know, and you do the same. If I trust you, you trust me. But be careful, Elliot. Be careful. Even your friends, even people who pretend to be your friend, who approach you, these people are fuckers. The moment you became active in this field, there would have been people who pretended to be your friends. You might even trust them now, and you might even, whatever they might have wormed their way. They're fuckers. They're devil. There's God and the devil. Whatever which way you want to see it. So be careful, Elliot. Now, I don't know what I'm going to have to do with this video to make one that like I say, this is not a real video that I'm now going to put up on my channel. That was the purpose of the first one, but I can't seem to find it now. It seems to have disappeared into the I don't know, it seems to have fucking disappeared. So I may have to record one in the old way onto a flash card and upload, and that's going to take a long time. I don't know whether you've already told me you don't know how to do it. I'll keep trying today, but if I'm going to get nowhere, I'll revert to the old method. But it doesn't matter, because we've got all the time in the world now. I've got them on the run. I was telling you about this Peter Andre. So this Peter Andre said, I'm starting a new site. It's called Madeline. And I just knew, because I've been in touch with them, I said, show some respect, you fuckers. And this bloke said, I don't engage with keyboard warriors. I said, take this fucking site down now, you fucking wankers. Show some respect. I've got you. I've outed you. Take it down, or I'll take you down. Because they have to abide by the law. They have to abide by Facebook rules and everything. They do. But they infiltrated my computer to get leverage over me. But I've got that covered now. They will, Elliot, they'll infiltrate yours. Yeah? You have to cover yourself for that. They might even be in there now. They might have even seen this coming. They won't give up, but we've got them pretty much on the run, because they can't wriggle out of this Tom Moore. This Tom Moore is a real person. The bloke Thomas the Tank Engine was his thing. All right, Elliot, but be careful. And with me, whatever it is, whatever they you can tell me, Elliot, between you and I, what you do, your private life. You know me. I've already put it on my videos. You know my I'm not gay, but I'm bipolar. And when you're bipolar, your sexuality goes fucking all over the place. You don't, honestly, mate, you don't know whether you're gay, tranny, you don't know. Fucking hell. So I've been through all of those different sexual connotations, you know. So I'm not gay. I'm pretty much hetero normally most of the time, but you know my view on the thing, and you know that God created a whole fucking panoply of sexual. He did. He absolutely did. So me and you, whatever it is, mate. If there's ever any trouble, you can come to me and discuss it with me, because I believe we're friends. That I really do believe that. I believe God made this happen. I really do, and I think He brought us together for a reason, and I think we can take the bastards down. I really do. And one other thing that I've got to tell you is, like, people will accuse us. People will accuse us of now your YouTube and my YouTube, our viewing figures. I don't know how many subscribers you've got and I've got, but they're suppressing that with these negative comments. Now, you and I, we can eliminate the Gonzalo's Emeralds. I can eliminate your trolls. We can work together. I eliminate your trolls. You eliminate mine. We have the Facebook grow together. We grow the people that we know and trust. But we can only. I've invited all of my people I know and trust for one reason or another. I've known them long enough and corresponded with them I've not necessarily met them all in person, but I can see what they do. I can see what they're interested in. That's what they're not trolls. They couldn't possibly be members of Operation Grange. So you do the same. Yeah. Okay. Now, I haven't blocked anybody for the very reason that I want to see who's out there and who's trying to suppress me. But now that we've outed them, and you'll see that my comments on just in the last couple of days, I've added extra comments that you might not have read before. But I've added Operation Grange ends today. I had a girl next door come on with a little picture of an attractive eye. It's meant to, oh, girl next door. And she says, oh dear, no offense, your kitchen looks lovely, da-di-da. Don't you think that the parents could have just been saying? My reply, get this through your silly little head, dear. Operation Grange ends here. That must have put the fucking shits up them. That's all they do, Elliot. Trust me on this. These are policemen sat in, I don't know what the fucking room is or where it happens to be. It's probably at Scotland Yard, and that's all they're doing all day, trolling. And I've outed them. But they'll come after you. And but the great thing is that now then I can eliminate all the naysayers, and I can leave all positive comments, and I can leave general comment. I can leave them all in. And if anybody says anything negative, then we have a fucking good look at them straight away. Straight away, we have a good look at them. And we can leave the comments there. We don't have to block them. So no one can accuse us. No one can ever accuse you or me of we don't accept. We don't accept that an abduction ever took place, because there's no forensic evidence at all to support it. Yes, that's right. They can track my IP address and yours as well. That's right. But now I'm insulated now, because they've been in my computer once, and I've proved. And if I'm sat here now on the floor. If you can see, look, I'll show you. but I've got, hang on, I'll show you. There's only me and you here, but look, I've got there, that's an airbox with SF that's on a Cat5 cable, right? That's a redundant. That's to this machine that I'm using now. But then I've got this machine. They've been in this one. I've got this machine as standby, ready to go if they wipe this one. I've got that machine, which is an old laptop that I used before. I've got my other laptop over there, and I've got other machines, and then of course over there, I don't know whether you can see that. Let me just adjust it. You can't quite see it. Well, but never mind. I've got another. So I'm paying for two. I'm paying now for two services. Let me just put that back. I'm paying now for two services. I'm paying now for two services so that they can't switch me off. If they switch me off on one, I just can quickly switch to the other. If you take the contact down, it's all saved, and I can have it straight back up again really very, very quickly. And then if they hit me physically at this location, in this case is the timing they had and where they hid her body. Yeah. Now hold on, mate. Hold on. Right. Look, there's no limit on the amount of time we can talk about this. So there's only two of us showing as listening. Be aware that, of course, they've hacked this, which means they've hacked the webcam, and GCHQ are probably listening to this conversation between us and seeing you there. Or almost certainly, we've got to be guard against paranoia, but we're probably being over-listened by GCHQ. Okay. Firstly, this exact thing that you're talking about now is what we discuss on our new website. We invite people to come up with the timing, and together we can come and find out the time. So let me just read exactly what you said. The thing I found difficult in this case is the timing they had and where they hid her body. All right, I can talk about where they hid her body. What I think, if she left the crash at 5:30 and dinner at 8:30, police was called at 23. What do you mean 23? It's these 5 hours. No, mate, no. No, look, Elliot. She died well before. She wasn't at the crash. They frigged all the bloody crash reports. She was never seen. That's why the last photograph, there's only a couple of photographs. She died very early on in the holiday. I'm going to say she died the night after Mrs. Fern was called. Now, Mrs. Fern is dead now, but she lived in the flat above. That night, they were out at Chaplin's, which is nominated in the records. Yes, that's right. So, okay, we can certainly pin it down. We can certainly pin it down. It's in the PJ files but of course, remember that when Mrs. Fern came down, she made a statement to the PJ, Mrs. Fern. And we just, you'd have to go through the PJ files to find that night. But you remember, everybody knows the picture of Kate McCann curling her lip up like this. She asked Madeline, "Oh, why did you cry last night? Why didn't you come?" Right? That night was when they'd all fucked off to Chaplin's. We just need to find out when that night was. She was alive then, and then I say she died the next night because she woke up that night. She would have been sedated that night that she woke up. All right, but she obviously wasn't sedated enough. They didn't give her enough. Now, listen to me carefully on this, Elliot. My wife's a nurse. She's an experienced, qualified nurse, and she worked in the NHS. And me and her went over and over this in the first thing. You can't. There's no drug that you safely give a child that you can knock it out and you know it's going to sleep. There isn't one. And if you did do that, you damage their little delicate little brains. You know, children are not meant to be fucking sedated. Even Calpol that the McCanns admitted to is dangerous. You don't use drugs to put your children to sleep. Not at that age, not at all. But of course, in the hospital, if you imagine you've got to do an operation on a young child and open its chest up or whatever, you've got to put it out, haven't you? You've got to put it out. You've got to put that child under completely. And the person that does that is an anaesthetist. But they're surrounded by all the equipment. Right, let me read what you said. What amazed me is why they went out the following night, knowing she woke up. Yes, she's right. I haven't read Kate's book. She suggested the child or tried the night before. Yes, it's utter. Yes. And of course, Gerald McCann, on the Panorama program, said the twins might have been sedated. He had to cover the fact, listen to me carefully, he had to cover the fact that the PJ at any second could say, right, we're fucking testing these kids for the presence of sedatives in their blood. But they never did that because the British were still, well, by that already by that time were interfering. So the PJ, but they could have said, right, you're our Guidos, because they asked Kate and she fucking didn't allow it. No, can we test these kids for sedatives? She didn't allow it. That's all gone. That's all fucking disappeared. And the PJ never exerted their right to go and do this. But Gerald McCann made that the sedatives will stay in those little babies' bodies for months. For months. It grows out in their hair. So Gerald McCann had to cover the possibility that at any second the PJ would say, well, fuck it, we're having them. I don't care what you say, we're testing their hair. So he had to cover that possibility. And in that bloody Panorama program, he said the abductor may well have sedated the two kids. I thought, oh, for fuck's sake, I can see what you're doing. I know why you're doing it. That's the answer. They sedated all of those children. They sedated all of those fucking children. It's a fact. Now, listen to me carefully, though. You in a hospital, what they need. I know all about this because hey, I've had the kidney. If you look at the PJ files, image of the bedroom that night. Yeah. Let me drink my coffee. We can have a rest. Are you all right for time? You okay for time? I mean, mean, I want to make a video today, but we can talk about all of this if you're okay. But okay, good. All right. So when I know about this sedation thing, because I've had so many bloody operations, when my kidneys failed, I'm getting needles everywhere, mate. The biopsies here, there, everywhere. They pins into my chest to take my blood out. I very nearly died. This was in Australia. So, and they have to cut your arm open to make this fistula. It's called a fistula thing. And I know from experience, they very much prefer to use local anesthetics. So they do the operation and you're not out. And they give you a sedative just to keep you calm. And they put a screen in front of you so you can't see it. And my experience of this is this sedative is very nice. And they put a little nurse next to a nice, pretty nurse next to you just to be talking to you, whilst they're cutting open your arm and hacking and doing all sorts. I'm going to have my hip done. My sister had her hip replaced, and she told me the procedure. Well, my hips will be done shortly, and I shall opt for. It's an option. I shall opt for the local anaesthetic, so you don't feel anything. But what you can feel the bloody sawing and they hack in and they break. The first thing they do is break your leg, and then cut the top of the bone off and all of that stuff. So, so they offer you a sedative to keep you calm. Knowing this, when they did this operation, I sat there. Yeah, absolutely. And you can hear the people talking and all of that. And my sister told me she could see her fucking leg up in the air. She thought, whose is that leg? And you know, at an impossible angle, because the first thing they do is break it. And then the next thing you could see that your leg's up in the air. Fuck me, where's that leg come from? That's my leg. So I'm going to go for that when they do my hips. And the pretty little nurse, I'm going to say, oh, I'm so worried. Can I have some more sedative? Because it's lovely. Anyway, we don't have to go there. But what I'm trying to say is there's a third person. Do you want to say hello, the third person that's watching? Do you want to say hello and type and say hello? Just let me know who you are and say hello, and I can speak to you if you can type. The third, hello Pamela M. I was just talking to my good friend Elliot. You were here before, and I was just. Yes, opioids for pain, exactly. All floaty when it kicks in. Yes, mate. Yes, exactly like that. Hello, Pamela. What are you doing? Are you a member of any of these Madeleine McCann sites? Pamela, do you care to? No. So what are you doing, Pamela? Why are you here? Just tell me that. Just enlighten me. What are you floating around for? Can you have? Pamela, do you mind? What is it you do? Do you mind if Elliot? I can't see you. Not really. On my YouTube channel. You see my YouTube videos. Brilliant. All right. And you like them, or you think I'm a nutter? Sorry, Pamela, I'm making you type. I'm making. All right, Pamela, you're welcome. Welcome. Well, please stay. I'm just having a I am. Pamela, I've got news for you. I am. I'm bipolar. I do admit to it on one of my videos. So I'm a certified nutter. I'm absolutely certified. I've been in the nut house many, many times. So I am a nutter. And of course, they will use that against me. That's their weapon. I told them, it's all right, Pamela. It's Thank you for that. I'll accept that. I'll accept blessings. I will. I absolutely will. That's very kind of you. But I honestly, my friends, I don't need it. I'm blessed by. I honestly, don't let this put you off me. I'm blessed by God. I feel blessed by God. I'm blessed by God that I've got friends such as Elliot and you. Anyway, well, you're not defined by what's wrong with you. Of course you're not. No. Bipolar doesn't define me. Well, I'll tell you what, though, Elliot. I am who I am because I'm bipolar, not in spite of it. Bipolar has shown me so many things. It's shown me epiphanies. It's shown me stuff that I'd never be able to work out on my own. I would never be without that illness. Never. If there was a button that I could press to switch, cut it out of my life and never experience it, I wouldn't do that. I'm not ashamed of being bipolar. I was telling Pamela as well. Pamela, I'll just tell you, I was telling Elliot before, one of the common things with bipolar, one of the common questions that they ask you, all psychiatrists, is any strange sexual urges. Well, when you go bipolar, you go up to extreme mania, which is what they call psychosis, but it's total lunacy. Your brain explodes. There's no high. It's higher than the highest high ever. There's no high that drugs could ever compare with. But you become one with. I'm not, Elliot. No, there's nothing. I'm just a normal bloke. I'm just a normal bloke who happens to have bipolar. Okay, let's be clear. Pride. If I allow pride to affect me here, God will slap me down. He will absolutely slap me down. So I can take a compliment, Elliot, but be careful. You don't want to be bigging me up too much, all right? I need to keep a sense of perspective here and modesty. Now, Pamela, if you've got any questions at all, don't worry, type them in. I can see the three people watching here. That's Pamela. I don't know whether you guys know that, and almost certainly, I'm warning you guys. I've just let you know. Almost certainly GCHQ from what's happened before. So anyway, let me just see what Pam said. Okay. Yeah, spaced out is kind right. Okay, spaced out is kind of Elliot. Your brain explodes. Let's call it that. I was in Pakistan one time. I mean, I don't really have words to describe the high, but I'm going to give it a go now. I was working in Pakistan. I went into a psychosis, and I felt so powerful. Let me back up a little bit. I had a high position of responsibility. There were local labourers, paid peanuts, paid nothing, in bare feet, dressed in rags, Muslims. And their job, I was on. There was a group of Americans who were trying to get this power plant built, and I was involved. I wasn't involved with the Americans, but funnily enough, I was in a group commercially opposed to them, but they were trying to do the job. I was trying to represent the customer, etc. I was walking down the road. Now, these Americans, their way of doing stuff is to get machinery. You know, you need rocks crushed. You fucking bring in a great big piece of machinery, and that's what they do. You know, fly it in, ship it in from America on a ship, lots of energy and monies, no object. In Pakistan, of course, they haven't got loads of money and energy and right. So their way of doing it, but they've got cheap labour. So their way of doing it is get some donkeys and some sledgehammers and lots of people, and they can crush rocks. You know, it takes 1,000 Pakistanis or one American machine. You know, two ways of doing the same thing. And we were in the middle of Pakistan, so there wasn't really any reason not to use the Pakistani method. Anyway, we were trying to make a road, and you know, everything has got to be done to a certain standard. So the making of a road is not just a simple thing. It's got to be done to a certain standard, to a certain specification, such that in the future it will sustain the load from certain vehicles, etc., and all of that. Am I boring you, Pamela? Am I boring you? I don't want to bore you. I see you're still here, so I don't want to bore you. But anyway, quickly. Okay, so I'm walking down the road one day, and the Americans had failed. Okay, all right, good, thank you, Pamela. The Americans had failed this bloody the spec of the road. They said it was out of spec, and the spec is before you go to the next layer. It's only allowed to have so much dust on it. So they make a meter square pattern, and then they get a little brush and see how much dust they can pick up, and then you put the dust through a filter, and you come out with all the particle size, and then you could define the specification, all down to such fucking detail, you know, that much. And the Americans, of course, their way of doing that would have bought a big fucking rotary brush, machine brush, you know, cost about £1 million, but he hadn't got one. So what they did was the Pakistanis, but they don't like them, and the racism of an American towards Pakistanis is so clear. It's written on their face. For them, they look at a man who's a different colour to them. He's a different religion. He's dressed in rags. He's got bare feet. He speaks an entirely different language to them. And the fact, and these are Americans who've got enough money and clout to travel the world. What they would like is for everywhere to be like America. And they fucking hate being in Pakistan because it's not like America, and they can't get McDonald's, and they can't get this, and they hate living in a porter cabin, and they hate the food, and they hate everything about being there, and they hate the fucking people, and they hate every day that they're there, and they just want to fuck off and go back to where they came from. But I traveled the world with a different view. I traveled the world with, you make the best of wherever you are. Wherever you are, you treat the local people with respect, and you make the best of it. And you're privileged to be in their land. And so I had a different way of looking at life. And in that way, I can travel anywhere. I have, and there's nowhere on earth that I can't go and make the best of. Even these strict Muslim countries, even war zones, and all of that stuff. I just make the best of where I am. Anyway, I'm going on. But one day, these Americans had failed this road. So we had a group of Pakistanis were tasked to sweep this road, and what they did was they swept the dust on this road into little pyramids like this. So there was this road, this bright, shiny. It was crushed white granite, and it went off into the distance. So it was a shiny surface. Really, by the time it had all been crushed down with these fucking great machines and whatever, it was a shiny sort of surface, but the surface was still too dusty for the next stage. So I'm not going to say hundreds, I'd say tens of Pakistanis were brushing with very little small handmade brushes that they made themselves into little piles of dust along this road. So these little pyramid shaped things were dotted along this road at various, but they were trying to be systematic with where they put the piles of dust. So because you've got to collect them up carefully without spilling it all, otherwise the fucking Americans will come and fail the bastard thing again. So anyway, I was fairly well high. I was high, and I was walking around thinking, fuck's sake, we've got to make progress with this road. But the heat, there in the heat, the bloody heat of the day, the Americans can't come out. They can't come out their aircon in the heat. Pakistanis are used to it, and they can work in the heat. They know how to work in the heat. They know how to sweat. They know how to let the bodies breathe. And then they know how to keep themselves hydrated. They know, and the heat of the fucking road that reflects off the road, it's like a living hell for them to do that. A living fucking hell. Yet they did it, and they're getting peanuts for it. You wouldn't get a white man doing that. You wouldn't get a white man doing that. Not on your fucking life ever. You need a bloke who pays peanuts, paying peanuts to do that. And they put these things, and I looked at the sun shining on these pyramids and making shadows on this shiny surface. And these shadows, of course, some were longer than the others, and they were placed, and because they made these little piles in systematic ways to make it easier for them to collect, there was a pattern, a shiny road with a pattern of shadows, a pattern of shadows. And I thought, fuck, this means something. For fuck's sake, if these Americans can't understand that, and these patterns, what were they meaning? They were kind of like Islamic patterns, and there was something very, very, very important here, right in front of me. Right the fuck in front of me. If I could just fucking make these fucking Americans see that this is important. My God. And then you start, the psychosis builds, and then it comes and fucking hell, this is making me angry. The sun, the earth revolves around the sun, and why can't you fucking see it? Why can't you see that pyramids are important? Can't you fucking see it? It's fucking right in front of your face. And that's how the psycho. I'm actually kind of I'm reliving it. I'm kind of reliving it. Words aren't quite enough, but you feel that you're having epiphany after epiphany. Knowledge is pouring into your brain from God, from above. An understanding. The sun goes round the earth, it makes a shadow, and they make a and a thing, da. No wonder they believe in God. No wonder the Pakistanis believe in God. Fucking hell, it's obvious. It's obvious. because they stop and they go and pray, you see, 5 times a day, and they come back refreshed. And can't the fucking Americans see this? For fuck's sake, and why? And the Americans, they treat them like shit. Fucking hell. It really fucking annoys me, these Americans. It really fucking annoys me, these racist Americans. Fucking hell, when are they gonna see? When are they gonna fucking wake up? When are they gonna wake up that fucking murdering George Floyd, while people look on, too scared, too frightened to do anything. What the fuck? Anyway, going on. I make no mistake. I'm off my head. I'm into a psychosis where all of that floods in. You feel so powerful now with knowledge, but you can't take it all. It blows your head off. No, you can't dwell there for very long. It sends you into a psychosis. And I felt so powerful. Honestly, this is not no word of a lie, that I could have stood there and I could have put my hand onto the earth and stopped it from rotating. That's how high. That's the high. Now, John Cleese made me laugh. John Cleese, who is is bipolar, made me laugh a lot, because he said this thing that made me laugh. It always makes me giggle when I think of it. He said, Has God tapped you lightly on the shoulder yet? And that's what God does when you're that fucking high. I'm God. I am God. I'm fucking God here, right now. I am God. And yet, God, right at that moment, you feel God's very, very feather-like touch just tap you on the shoulder. And that happened to me there. Right at that moment, that little feather-like, the tiniest little touch on my shoulder, which immediately just floored me, just splattered me to the floor. Fuck! What the fuck was that? From 1 second to be this, I'll wrestle King Kong. Okay. Of course. All right, Pamela, you got it. Thank you. Thank you for being there. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it, and I appreciate that comment. I hope that you'll join Elliot's and I's site. We've got to look after the dog. I've got my dog here as well, and they need looking after. So thanks, Pamela. Thanks for being here. You can pop back. I think I'll probably still be here with Elliot if Elliot wants to carry on. I'll carry on as long as Elliot's got time to listen to me. Anyway, yeah. So that fucking floored me, mate. Floored me. And this thing that was behind me was pure. It was white. It was. I couldn't dare look. I couldn't turn my head to look at it. The light from it burnt me. The goodness, but it was good. This thing, it was good. It was so pure and so good. And I'm not a bad person in any way, but I wasn't able to turn and see what it was. It was behind me, and I wasn't worthy or able to meet its eye. So that for me, my friend Elliot, is my concept of God. Can't look at it. It's too pure it's certainly too pure for me. So, but when you look in the Bible, you know, I'm not gonna trash the Bible or anything like that. There's allegoric stuff, you know. Anyone tries to talk to God or look too close or go too close, you've got to build a temple, a tabernacle, and all of that stuff. It's all as you to protect yourself. God is. Let's not do that. Let's not go there. But you know, the people might be bipolars through history. Bipolar is a newly understood. People just got. Yes, certainly. Yeah. I haven't looked too much at that sort of thing, but I can well imagine. That sort of thing. And we're not supposed to know, Elliot. We're not supposed to know. These are secrets that we're not supposed to know. You know, what we are supposed to do is have a respect for each and treat each other like brothers. Like brothers. And what we're not supposed to do is start saying, well, I do know, actually. I do know. And this is how it is. Because I'm a bipolar. That's all I know. All I know is my experience. And, you know. But John, please, as God, here's my dog, look. 3 people, I don't know. Pamela says she's gone, but there's still 3 people here. Anyway, never mind. So anyway, I was telling you that. So yeah, but of course I ended up there. They had to drug me. They had to inject me and get me out of Pakistan home safe. Get me out. Make no mistake, I was in deep psychosis, and then of course the opposite of that is deep depression. So that's why it's called bipolar. Down in the black hole, which is the deepest fucking black hole that you can ever imagine. Down the bottom of the deepest, darkest, blackest fucking pit, such that you can't. You wake up and think, oh, I'm alive. I wish I died in the night. Fuck. You know, I've been hospitalised with that because I can't be bothered to eat. It's not that what, you know, you're hungry, it doesn't matter. I would just starve to death. Well, I'm medicated now, mate. So, you know, I don't have to go through it anymore. I was diagnosed when I was 35. Took them a long time. Took them a long time to get the right diagnosis. But they're getting better at doing it all the time nowadays. So I don't go down into that deepest, blackest hole anymore. But I do dwell. I go down, but it's not to the bottom. I don't go to the bottom of that dark pit anymore because of my medication. But I do go down. It just slows me down a bit, you know. That's all right. For me, I know that it will pass. It will pass naturally. For other people who get into depression, you know, they need medicine to get them out, or some major change. Depression becomes a physical illness. You know, the physical changes in your body. Yeah. But I'll do videos on that. But I'm sort of off topic now. It's an antidepressant. All right, mate. Yeah. Okay. I've not heard of that one. Do Loxetine. All right, for mood and pain. Of course it is. Fucking hell, Elliot. It's a terrible thing, mate. And those people who say, hey, get yourself out and about, meet some people and all of that, they just never fucking had it. They don't understand it. It's totally fucking stupid, useless bastard fucking thing to say. Just say hello to my dog here. He's sat by me. He's sat by me. Just say hello, Prince. Good boy. Yeah, you don't know quite what's going on. But if you're looking there and you see yourself on the telly, look at my untidy house, Elliot. Anyway, there we go. So, you know, when you're depressed, you need medicine. Sometimes, okay, sometimes some of these new wave fucking cures, they might help, but often it just makes things fucking worse because somebody say, oh yeah, I know the yeah, he's a Belgian shepherd, aren't you? Yes, you are. You are, yes. Yeah, so you know, some of these new age shit, don't be afraid to have medicine. If you need medicine, you need medicine. That's the only way out. You know, now obviously there's a whole raft of fucking medicines out there. There's a whole load of them. Some of them got side effects, and you know, the doctor's going to, you know, it depends on the psychiatrist, and it depends on how well they know you and how much time they've had to understand your illness and all of that stuff. And there's a very big element of suck it and see, try it and see. So what your best, you know, your way is to arm yourself with knowledge, understand that medicine, and look around and wonder whether does that sound like it's right for you. Look around and talk to other people. Does it sound like, you know? I'm not. You've probably done all that, mate. I've never heard of Dulox 13. Has it got side effects? Does it have any side effects? There's only me and you here now. And now you've gone. Okay. Are you all right, Elliot? If you've got to go, I'm all right. I'm all right for time. I can do this as long as you want. I want to make a video today that I managed to upload, but go on. Tell me about these side effects. Yeah. Okay. Are you okay to tell me about these side effects? Right. Right, I'll do some work as well. I'm going to look at SNRIS. Well, they make you feel dizzy and sick. Last at least 2 weeks. Oh, bloody hell. Okay. So I'll do some work here and check out what you mean by SNRIS. Hold on. Oh, okay. Serotonin and norepinephrine reuptake. Okay, let me just read that. Class of medications that are effective in treating depression, sometimes used to other conditions such as anxiety disorders. I got it. Okay, and long-term chronic pain, especially nerve pain. Okay, I got it. All right, so I can't see the screen. I can't see anymore. Getting addicted to it, mate. With my funny teeth and everything. Get back to it. Okay, got you. Right. Okay. Okay, so what came first with you, the pain or the depression? Or did they come at the same time? Okay. You don't have to tell me any of this, you know, but if you're okay to tell me, if look, I tell you what, Elliot, let's do a deal. If there's any time I ever ask you something, and I just say, you know, that's private. I'd rather not say. You don't have to go there here with, you know, even between friends, we're allowed secrets. So, you know, if you ever want to say no, I don't want to say, you know, it won't bother me. Between friends, you know, we can still have secrets. Don't. But anyway, depression first. Can I ask what age? Oh, right, got you. Yeah, okay, all right. Due to my father, right. Did your father abuse you? Right, got you. And your job, mate, what was your job? Okay, got you. All right. Yeah. Well, abuse can come in many forms, can't it? It can be mental, physical, sexual. You know, absolutely. So yes, definitely tough. Catering, that's what in the kitchen. That's a tough job. I know well that's a tough. I'm still working to survive, so I had no way out. That's when depression got on. Of course it did. Yeah. Okay, mate. Right, I got it fully understood. And what do you do now? You seem to be but very well balanced now. But are you still suffering with it? Oh, you're medicated, of course. Right. All right. So, are you working now? I see. All right. ICT. I'll just check ICT. Don't worry. Don't tell me. I'll check myself. Hold on. Information. ICT. An acronym which can mean Catholic Institute of Toulouse. Oh, I got you. Maybe not that. The ICT. I'm in France, you see, so it gives me all the French versions first. ICT technology, information and communications technology. Okay. I got it. All right. Information communications technology. Doing the admin work. Okay. On computers. Right. No, I'm retired, mate. No, I'm retired. I used to work as a rotating equipment engineer. That is everything, all machinery that rotates. big, powerful power stations, turbines and compressors and shit like that. But I used to work on computers. I used to program mainframes that controlled turbines. But as you can see, I haven't got a fucking clue how to make a video between the two of us. We've got to be able to find a way of making a video. How long does it take you to make? How do you make a video to put up on your channel? How long does it take you? Do you record it on a flash card, or what? I want to get my Scotland Yard. I've fucked you video up today, but I probably need to say bye and make it in the old way and start compressing it now. Right. Okay. All right. Well, I don't have a mobile phone. I don't have one. I won't have one. I might have one. I don't know. It remains to be seen. So, but what's happening now, mate? So your video is being recorded in. I just bought a new microphone. All right, maybe, yeah, maybe, but you ain't done it yet. So just run me through. So your video then is recording onto the memory of your phone. Your phone's got enough memory to record your video, but how long does it take your phone to upload that video? Doesn't it take a long time? And doesn't it cost you a lot of money? Right, okay, all right, good. Okay. So if there was an easy way that I'm missing, yeah, obviously, yeah, you've got to have that. Yes, yeah, you've got to have, because if you're on a data plan, the charges it's going to cost you a fortune. Yeah, that's right. But you see here in rural France, I've got a really slow connection. Do you know what your uptake speed is, or upload speed is? Have you done a test? See, if I do an upload speed test here, I'm way down. All right, well, look, I'm on a copper wire on one of my, right? All right, now, remember, I don't quite want to tell you exactly in case they absolutely do need to shut me off, because they could jam my Wi-Fi and they cut the phone line, and then, megabits per second. Yeah, well, I'm nowhere near that. I'm nowhere near that, mate. So it takes me even longer to see. Okay, all right. That's kind of putting my mind at rest, because I thought I was possibly doing something wrong. See, what I was hoping that this live cast would be stored on the YouTube server, so that it's gone up, and then you could be accessed. But it didn't seem as if I could. I might have another go, because there's that chap comes on Facebook. I forget his name now. I nearly stopped watching him because they started going on about chemtrails. Chemtrails, trust me, are not a thing. Chemtrails are not a thing. Take it from me, Elliot. Have you got an opinion on chemtrails? It's all right. You can say, oh, I think they are if you want, but trust me, they're not. They're not a thing. All right, Elliot. Look. Let's start to wind it up now, because I want to get a video up today about Operation Grange. They're not no. I used to give you the option to say, it used to give you the option to say, can you Google how to upload live videos? Yeah, well, that's my problem then. It's the upload. I can. I know how to upload. It just takes me forever. So if they're not served, if they're not saved on that, on a server somewhere, they're gone. So you're pretty certain of that? Remember, need 3 backup plans. Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've got another secure location. They don't know where that is. I've got flashcards ready to go. Right, okay, Elliot. Let's wrap it up between you and me, and I'll get on and do a video today. That new site, Elliot, I still haven't been able to make you an admin. It might be easier if you I don't know what you got plans for today. It might be easier just to take what I've done, make yourself an admin, and make me an admin. If that's the easier. I haven't done very much, but there's probably well, I have actually. I've invited a load of friends. I've invited a load of my friends, people I know and trust. Doesn't have to get up today. Have a look. I just can't seem to make me and you. I'm happy to support you. I'll have a look at making a page and try to add you as that. Look, if that's an easier way, if you could just mirror what if you agree, just to mirror what I've said. I've now changed the name of the site to Madeline McCann, the truth, the whole truth. Nothing but the fucking truth. You know? We can make the same entry requirements. We're not going to discuss it. Madeline died in the apartment. We're at the only. Okay, all right, mate. Well, that might be the easiest route, and then just invite me as an admin. And if you can see the friends that I've already invited, just invite them. I trust them. I trust those people. I either know them personally or there's a reason I trust them. But you, yeah. I'm going to not look at your friends. You can look at mine if you want. Between the two of us, and now there will be workload, because I promise you this, our views are going to go up, because we're going to eliminate Operation Grange, who have been limiting your views and mine. Trust me, Elliot, they have. Once we get those people out of the way, and once they're shut down, I'm going to shut down all of those other fucking those Madeline Facebook sites. Pretty much there isn't one genuine one. They've all been infiltrated by Operation Grange. So there's going to be big explosions today, tomorrow, in the next coming days, and we need to be ready to take the refugees. People like Pamela M. I haven't had a real close look at her yet, but if you know her and whatever, she seems okay. But we need to look at everybody to make sure, Elliot, make sure there's a job. There's a job that we can if necessary, in the future, check up on. The reason I've got Operation by the Balls is that Tom Moore is a real man. And he works for Operation Grange. Whether he pretends that he doesn't or not, I don't care. He's been traveling. He was at the Sun. He was in New Zealand. He's traveling the world managing media expectations. Can I ask you my name confidential in your videos? To keep my name confidential in your videos. I'll never mention you, mate. I'll never mention your name. That's fine. Elliot, I'll never mention you. In videos that I make, I'll never mention you. That's fine. For me on the channel, I can promote your channel or not, as you wish. It's entirely up to you. We're doing this together. Of course he has. He's fucking Operation Grange, mate. He's Operation Grange. Elliot, he's a fucking policeman. He is Operation Grange. Trust me, trust me, trust me on this. He may well be the same as fucking David. Exactly. He may be the same. He's a construct. He's not a real person. There's no photograph. His name's a construct. But so that he's entirely deniable. But Tom Moore is not. Tom Moore is a real person using a real name, and he's traveling, and people are paying his fucking expenses, and there's a trail. That's how I've got them. That money has come from the police, from whatever. They will try to hide it, but that's how I have them. That's how I'm going to take them down. Trev Reach, the admin at the other side. Yes, they is, and it's and they try to deny it, but the money, you know, if you buy an airline ticket, who paid for that? Why did you get paid this, Tom? You're working here at this. Why you paid this to go to New Zealand, and you're at the Sun? That's how I have them. I've waited and waited and waited, knowing and set my traps, and now I have them. I have them. I promise you, I have them. You can take down all of those. Exactly that. I have that leverage now. I got it over the weekend. I laid the traps, and they've fallen into all of them. And now I know. That's why I can post on my site with confidence. Operation Grange is over. It's finished. Operation Grange, the Scotland Yard paid for and sponsored trolling operation, is over. So mark my words, Elliot. What will happen to our site is we will take all of them, every single genuine person interested in the Madeleine McCann case. Our site, your site, my site, the first thing they'll say is these fuckers, they're going to monetize the sites. All right? Well, if my site ever gets monetized by enough views, it's a long way from that yet. I'll give it all away. I don't need it. If your site gets monetized, you do what you like with it. That's up to you. It's entirely up to you. One other thing that I can do, and it's a bit of fun, it's fun, it's going to make me laugh. I'm going to suggest a GoFundMe page, right, on Facebook. I'm going to bring a private prosecution against Scotland Yard for misleading the public with Operation Grange. I need a good barrister. And the judge, we know, We know the judge will be a fucking Freemason, and we know that they'll have leverage on him, but we can afford, with a good barrister, to have a very public trial. Turner against Scotland Yard. How many fucking views do you think that would get, eh? Of course, they'll try and dismiss it in the first place, in the first instance, saying this is a trivial fucking thing. But no, it's not fucking trivial at all. I've got evidence. I've got solid, hardcore, solid evidence. Because the petitions are ignored, mate. The petitions, they could do a fucking petition, and they trivialise. The government decides. The government has to decide who's going to investigate Operation Grange. They just dismiss it. So, what I'm suggesting, of course it is. Of course it is. Look, on our Facebook page, I've started a thing that we discuss the type of sedative used. We can find a doctor and let's boil it down to a sedative. Put links to my vids, links to your vids. We can invite people. Just over the next few days, invite people that we trust. Our Facebook presence is going to go up, and theirs is going to go down. I've got to get a video out today that pretty much tells them it's over. It fucking well is over, because I'm going to describe my leverage on them. They're going to run for the fucking hills, Elliot. Hello, there's somebody else has appeared. 3 people are watching. There's the third person watching. Just make themselves known. If you're just looking in, I can talk to you directly if you've got any questions. Don't want to bore you. I'd just like for you to say, identify yourself. Can you see who it is, Elliot, please? Just let me know. I can't see. I can perhaps I can. No, it doesn't. Perhaps I can. I'm new at this. Third person watching, me, Elliot, and the third person. Tell me how to do this, Elliot. I can't identify that third person. Let me have a look. See, I'm a bit of a... Doesn't show you a third person. You can't see it either. So unless that third person makes themselves known, they can sit here and watch us 2 buffoons and listen to what we're talking about. Third person. All right, well, look, third person. Third person watching this live video. Identify yourself. I mean, Elliot, GCHQ will probably listen to this conversation anyway, the whole thing. They know what the leverage I've got, but there's nothing I can do. There's, I've got nothing to hide. There's nothing they can do. So I've got nothing really to hide from this third person, but I can see them watching. So let's assume that we've got the police, Operation Grange, listening in. Hey ho, how about this, Operation Grange? You Masonic Operation Grange people, let me look you straight in the eyes, straight at the fucking camera. I'm going to make buffoons of you. I'm going to take, if you're Scotland Yard, I'm going to take you to fucking court. Yeah, it was stronger than Calpol. Elliot, mate, it was fucking stronger than Calpol. I promise you that. Elliot, it was stronger than Calpol. Make no mistake, it wasn't just fucking Calpol. Right. Right. Hey ho, look, I'm GCHQ, third person listening. I am going to take you fucking idiots, because I've outsmarted you. I'm going to take you to court. I'm going to very publicly sue Scotland Yard in the public domain. I'm going to start a Facebook page which you are not going to be able to infiltrate, because I know you. You're not going to be able to get in. And I'm going to shut down every Facebook page, Madeline Facebook page, and me and Elliot are going to start our own, and we're going to be very discerning about who we let in. And we will have all of the genuine people. And we'll start a GoFundMe. That's what you're up against. You're up against me. And I'll go make a GoFundMe page, and I'll sue you with a good barrister. I'll get a good barrister. I'll get a barrister who's not a Mason or thinks that he wants to restore a little bit of fucking respect for his profession after the Carter Rooks. All right? So listen up. I gave you my personal fucking phone number, you dopey bastards, so that you could phone me and negotiate. You know my demands. Yeah, he was sacked. He was sacked, Elliot. The British government intervened, and he lost his job. The Portuguese sacked him because of political pressure from the top of the British government across to the top of the Portuguese government and down, and suddenly he found himself sacked. And the Portuguese just they responded to the British government pressure. You don't know what happens when a prime minister talks to another prime minister. You don't know what they talk about, but they can apply pressure. It's all deniable, da-di-da. After killing his dog. Now, a message held for review. I'll show it. There you go. After killing his dog. Right, third person, you're still here. Let's hope that you're from GCHQ, or you won't identify yourself. Yes, eviscerating his dog. Fuckers. That's the SAS, or that. Well, it is. I'm sorry, it's the SAS. That's who it is. Yeah, it's not these. It's not McCann. It's not Freemasons. It's the SAS. It's government. It's government people. Yes, they did. They eviscerated it. I'm talking to you, third person. Look at you. Look at this fucking camera. I know you might be listening to my cell phone. You might be listening to I don't know. You can see this room. You, third person. I will take no pleasure in suing Scotland Yard. But unless you fuckers get in touch with me and do some negotiation, that's what's going to happen. I've written to you. You fucking ignored me. You haven't treated me with the respect that you need to. I don't need. I'm systematically going to take down every Madeline inside, because you've systematically infiltrated them. I know that. You know that. I'm sorry. That's what's going to happen. But it's not going to give me any pleasure, because I know why you're doing this. I know that you're policemen from Scotland Yard, and I know that you've been given your orders. But you've been given a hand that you can't possibly win. You can't win it. So you've got to rethink it. Because if you don't get in touch with me very soon, I'm going to be making videos outing you. Tom Moore is a real person. And yet he works for you. You can't deny it. You can't deny it. Ant Wilkinson is a construct. Yeah, you could say he's just a fucking unrelated troll that just gets his joy out of trolling people. He's deniable. because he's got no job and he's not a real person. But in court, when I wheel in Tom Moore and we look at his bank accounts and show who's employed by and why did his employer fund a trip to New Zealand and the son? You can't deny it. It's not deniable. It's not fucking deniable, Scotland Yard. It isn't. I'll bring that out in court with a good barrister, and throw enough doubt on it. At least I'll throw enough doubt on it. You want that, Scotland Yard? You want that in the public domain? Are you listening? This is the last time. This is the last fucking chance now, because I'm recruiting help, as you can see. If you touch Elliot, by fuck, you're going to be in trouble with me. If you go anywhere near him, by fuck, I'll be in Scotland Yard my fucking self. I'll march through those fucking doors. I will. Don't you fucking think I won't. Because I've got God on my side. I've got right on my fucking side. So you leave my friend Elliot out of this. You touch him and you'll have me to fucking pay for your cunts. You understand? It's your last day. It's your last day today. You contact me today and we can still negotiate. I'll still negotiate with you in person. You know my terms. They won't disappear you away, Elliot. I will know. Your friends will know. They're not going to do that, mate. If they touch you, what they promise, I promise you, they won't do that. They can't do that. They can't do that. I'll just take a photograph of this screen, Elliot, now with my camera. Just hold on. Just let me record. All right, Elliot. So I'm taking it. I've got now, you can see my camera, look. I'm taking a photograph of this, I'm taking a video of this screen and me and that question that you've just asked. There it is. And there's your name. And there's me speaking. And I'm telling Scotland Yard, if they touch Elliot Fire and Ice, they'll have me to fucking deal with. And significantly, look, we're back down to 2 people, Elliot. 2 people and GCHQ. Right, so now, let me just show you, Elliot, what I'm doing. Right, and now you should know all this stuff. Elliot, am I teaching you now? This is an old dog teaching you new tricks. Now the flashcard comes out and that goes safe. That last video that I just made there, I can easily copy it onto any one of my machines in a few seconds and then hide this. And if I need to, then I can give that to my friends and they just put it in a drawer for safekeeping. Yeah, along with the rest. Okay, you got it? So anybody touches you, this flashcard will automatically come onto the scene. That's the length we've got to go to with these cons. But they're watching this, they're hearing this, they're listening to this, but they're never going to know where I put this flashcard. Unless, right now, out there, let me show you out there, I can show you out there, and I can show the SAS out there. Out there, out the window, watching me. But for them to do that, and I don't care who else is listening, are you still all right for time? You still okay for time, Elliot? Look, I'm okay for time if you are. All right, look, I need another coffee. You want a coffee? Let's have 5 minutes. We'll leave it open, yeah. And I'm just going to boil the kettle, have another coffee. All right, mate. Just let me know when you're back, Elliot, so I'm not talking to myself. Okay, mate, brilliant. I tell you what, Elliot, look, I've got an idea. rather than me mess about and do a bloody trying to compress a video and upload it from a YouTube channel, what might be more effective this evening, because I'm saying Operation Grange ends today, and yet they're saying, well, how do you mean? What the fuck are you on about? Because they're blocked me from all those Maddie channels, of course, so I can't post. And they're still, I told them to take some down. I'm not quite sure how many are still up. But Trev Reach, I can't remember the names of the bloody sites now. But you can be sure that Operation Grange has infiltrated them all. So what we could do, what I could spend the day doing, is going and inviting as many as my friends to a live stream tonight. And maybe you could go to as many of those Madeline sites as you can. I don't know how many you're in, but all of the Madeline people that are true supporters, and we could try to get them, as many of them, invite them to the live stream, invite them to the new site. I don't know whether you think that's a better idea than me making this video or not. Don't know. If we advertise the live stream tonight, you can be sure, you can be absolutely sure that we get OG operatives in. Is there anybody now that you could invite to this live webcast? Let me see if I can find somebody, a friend of mine, to invite them. Where I don't know where they would see it. I don't know where they would find it on YouTube. I suppose, is it on my channel? I don't even know. How did you find it? How did you even know? Short video. Yeah. All right, mate. Yeah, that's probably right. Okay. All right. Let's set a time then. Let's set a time. What time do you reckon? Any time suits me. I'm okay. I'm flexible with the time. Okay. How the fuck then? But how did? Because you're subscribed to my channel, so it's all my subscribers would, yeah, all my subscribers would be notified. I don't know. Now that's funny. That's a funny question, because I deliberately don't. I'm glad you asked that, because I deliberately don't set my computer clock, because it confuses everything. The timestamp that the computer puts on everything is confused. So it confuses it, but it confuses them, it confuses me as well. Let me just check. I don't have a clock, because I don't live by the time. I don't wear a watch. I don't live by the time. But I'll check now what time it is in France. I'm an hour in front of you, mate. Whatever time it is with you, I'm an hour in front. So if it's 8 o'clock with you, it's 9 o'clock with me. Yeah, it is funny, mate. Yeah, no. Look at this pair of cunts. They don't even know what fucking time it is. And that cunt Turner, he doesn't even know what fucking day it is. He's off his head. He's a nutter. Yes. Fucking well, I better believe it. Okay, so if all my subscribers are getting a notification, your time or my time? Absolutely. Yeah, I'll go live then. Certainly. And I'll spend, let me just make sure I've got the right time. 7 p.m. Yeah. I'll make sure that I invite as many people. Yeah, it's good for me. Yeah, and we'll see. I mean, we're not going to be disappointed, are we, if we don't get that many? And remember, Elliot, look at now. Neither of us could identify that third person. I got a number. I could see that the three people watching. You could see that there were three, and nobody made themselves known. I couldn't see on this gadget how to do that. I couldn't. I was trying to try now again. Well, yeah, I know it's you. I know there's me, and I know it's you. So there's nobody else. But when that third person was there, I couldn't. Yeah. So just bear that in mind this evening. Bear in mind, we will get hit by OG operatives tonight. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you. If they will, if they're not listening to this conversation now, I'd be very, very surprised. But they're gonna have to keep the fucking heads down now, really. And I don't care now, because let me just, I'm just gonna, that telly was about to shut down. So, because they can't get me, they pretty much can't get me. That I could, are you all right? Are you still all right for time? You still okay? I can just tell you a little story. Right, hold on. It is telling me that now this message is held for review. Elliot Fire and Ice has said, I will also look at the page and add you as admin. Fucking hell, someone has got some leverage on all of them there. Yeah, I don't know quite where you mean all of, or where, but now it's asked me to show or hide this. So I'm just going to click on show, and now it's popped up. So I will also look at the page. Which page do you mean, Elliot? OP, Operation OP. I don't know what you mean by OP. Facebook. Yeah, but which? Facebook what? There's, I don't know, there's Maddie is dead, Maddie da-di-da, Maddie this, Maddie that, Maddie that, all apparently, all on the face of it, anti. But I tell you this, their admin, they have leverage on them at Operation Grange. Operation Grange is the leverage. Operation Grange is the Scotland Yard operation. They have got leverage everywhere. Now, who has got the leverage over Scotland Yard to tell them what they're going to do and how they're going to do it? That's another matter altogether. You don't have to go there. We're never going to know that. That could be the devil himself. We're never going to know that. And my objective, let's be clear, my objective is that we can't, and who has got the leverage over Scotland Yard? I don't know. Don't know. Royalty, probably. This is Jack the Ripper, Elliot, all over again. You know the Jack the Ripper story, all right? If you're okay for time, let me continue, all right? Jack the Ripper. As you know, you heard the legend, you know, the stories. Prostitutes in the East End being horrendously murdered, you know, and everyone's fucking investigated it over the years, and there's legends and films and all of this. look, the king or the future king, message retracted. All right, Elliot, fire and ice, message retracted. The future king at the time, the Prince of Wales, not the Queen Victoria was on the throne, I believe. The future king, Edward VII, but was Prince Charles, the Prince of Wales. I'm listening. I'm just going to say, all right, yeah. All right, no problem. I'll just rumble on. So the Prince of Wales at the time, the future king, was going down into the East End, shagging prostitutes. All right, in disguise. And one of the prostitutes recognised him, like they do, and said, "Call blimey." "Call blimey, you're the king. It's not going to cost you a fiver tonight. It's not going to cost you a shilling tonight. It's going to cost you a pound, a fiver, or I'm going to tell everyone that the Prince of Wales will come down here." Well, he said, "All right, well, yeah, okay then, but I don't have it on me, young lady. I'll come back tomorrow." So he went back to his Secret Service and said, "Oh, fuck me, I've been down the East End and there's some woman's recognised me and blackmailing me." And they said, "Don't worry, sir, we'll deal with it. That's what we're here for." So the next night, Jack the Ripper went and trying to find the prostitute, killed her. The wrong one. Kept killing till they found the right one. The blackmails continued. She realised that we're after the blackmail continued. They carried on to something like that. It's something like that. It's Jack the Ripper all over again, mate. It's the Freemasons protecting the king. We don't live in a democracy. Anybody who thinks that we do is the Freemasons protecting the king. We're never ever. We might be able to shine a bit of a light on it, but we'll never flush that out. Never ever. We don't. No, of course not. But we shouldn't go there. It would be very, very foolish of us to go there. All right? Very, very foolish and very, very dangerous. Don't you go there at all, Elliot. Now, I might imply things, and here they are listening to us, perhaps, almost certainly. But this is about the King of England, the future King of England. The Queen. The Army, the Navy, take the oath to the Queen, oath of loyalty. As do the police. And they won't break that oath. Not easily. Not because of you and I. Not because any pressure we can put on them. Which is why I've been trying to get the police, Scotland Yard, to ring me. And I'll negotiate. Okay? But, Elliot, listen to me very carefully. We limit our goal. Our goal, yours and ours, stated goal. Let's make sure it's on the website. The stated goal is that the McCanns go to a tribe. I just tried and found guilty. I don't care whether they go to fucking prison or not. It doesn't bother me. They'll be struck off and they'll be hated. I don't have to put them in prison. It doesn't matter to me. But that's our goal. We don't go any further. We can imply that there's royalty involved. We can imply all of that. Even if we could fucking prove it, I'd throw the proof away. Because if we go there, that's a death sentence. It's a fucking death sentence. Believe me. That's a death sentence. All of those soldiers that guard the Queen, you know, the SAS, the call could go out to the SAS, and it probably has done and there's probably a fucking SAS man in my garden. He's not in my garden. I'll tell you a story. He's still there. I'll tell you a story about the SAS. I was in Iraq. I went to Iraq during the end of the war and the rebuild. During the rebuild of the war, I don't know whether you remember when that was. Yeah, it was like 2004. And the American government had promised that they would get the power back on by June. And I went there about February. I had to fly in to Amman first to be briefed about it, and then across a 2-hour flight to Baghdad. And I had 2 ex-SAS bona fide, not pretend. There's quite a lot of them. Bona fide SAS guys looking after me to prevent me from being taken out, because I was a significant person. You know, I was getting the power stations running again. I lived in a camp protected by Americans, that Blackwater firm, I don't know if you remember, but the American Army and then the private security contractors, there were gazillions of dollars involved in all of that. Americans ripped Iraq off for oil for fucking gazillions of dollars over that whole affair, that whole pretend war, all of that money. Yeah, that's all about American corruption and all of that. We know it goes on. You and I can't do anything about it, but I was there. What we need to do, Elliot, is limit our goal. If we made our goal, you know, end all world wars and expose the American government and the Queen and royalty and royal paedophilia, we will fail. We will fail. Limit our goal. Limit our goal. Our goal is to make sure the McCanns are tried and found guilty. That's all it is. All it needs to be. We acknowledge everybody that's done all the work before, people like Richard D. Hall. We acknowledge everybody that's been trying and has been frustrated before. Acknowledge that. We haven't done it. You and I haven't done it. I haven't done it on my own. It's all a collective effort. 1, 2, 3, 4, joining the dots. All right. And in my case, God has helped me. So I'll never deny that. Other people say, well, the fucking devil's helped him. Well, that's up to them. If they think that, they try and prove that fucker. Whatever. And you and your relationship with your God is your affair, but don't deny it. Don't ever be ashamed of it. Don't let anybody shame you. You hold your head up. You look the world right in the eye. Don't be afraid to be who you are. And don't be afraid to say that I'm your friend, because I am. All right? And you can rely on me. I'll never betray you. I'll never desert you. I promise you. I promise you that. Now, here. Anyway, let me carry on with this story about the SAS. These blokes would tell me stories, you know. And there's a story about Fawley. I don't know whether you've heard of Fawley, the oil refinery on the south coast near Southampton. It's a huge place. The tankers come up by the Isle of Wight there and dock there. And it's a massive place. And it's very, very important. Right, it's a very, very important place for the UK economy. And obviously a huge terrorist target. And if the terrorists could get in there, they'd have a whale of a time. So I didn't go there. I didn't work there. But a friend of mine who did told me this story. So this is a story that I heard secondhand. Okay, so I don't quite know exactly whether it's true or not. But this is a story from a bloke that I trust, and he told me about it. And I have worked at Fawley, but not this didn't happen when I was there. So the story goes, he was working there, and I've gone through this whole thing, so I might as well give you my side of it. That I've worked at Forley while the security was in, but the whole story didn't happen to me, it happened to somebody else, but a colleague of mine. But okay, so to get into a place like that, you need a badge, you need an ID, to get through the gate. There's barbed wire all the way around. So, but every morning, there's literally thousands of people go to work. So they've got the security man at the gate. You need the badge. And there's secure cars. So it takes time to clear everybody, get in. Now, when they're updating, and they were putting new machinery. I used to work for General Electric, who make the big, fucking great big turbines, and they were putting loads of new machinery in. So now there's a load of contractors that need to get in every day. The labourers who make the concrete foundations, electricians put the cables, people like me, literally thousands of extra people every day who've got to get in every day. So that's thousands more cards, thousands more people who've got to swipe a fucking card to get into the site. So they've got to have a security system such that they can let these people in quickly, so it doesn't take all fucking day to check everybody to get in, because by the time you fucking checked everybody, the day's gone. Miles of traffic. You've got to have a system to let people in. So they come up with swipe cards. You get a card with a scan, a laser scan and a photograph and a thing and a whatever. So you swipe it, or magnetic, automatic, or what? There's various different ways. Or drive to the gate, and the security guard just eyes you because you're the boss of the place and knows you, he recognises you personally, and opens the gate for you. That way, different ways to get in. But in order to get this fucking card, you've got to have background checks, you've got to have a photograph, and then you've got to go on a course, what to do if there's an emergency, where to go, the exits and all of that. This is a common industrial site thing, a common practice. What was happening when they did this machinery upgrade was that these queues, were getting longer and longer. It was getting harder and harder to get into this fucking site every day, and it was hard for me. This happened to me. Like you want to start work, but unless you're there at 7 a.m, you're going to miss it. You hit the queue, you're in the queue, and it's going to take you 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock before you get in. And now the time pressure's on to get the work done before it's knocking off time and going home time again. And then there's the argument: is that time on the clock? Are you being paid for that time? You weren't on the fucking site. Yes, I was queuing up for the fucking site, you dopey cunts. I couldn't get in. Fuck me. Leave it out. Fucking hell. Anyway, what's happened was that Forley correctly assessed that they were vulnerable to a potential terrorist attack during this. What they correctly assessed was that they were potentially vulnerable to people who could pose as a contractor, get a card, get in, and potentially they realised that they were vulnerable, and they absolutely were. They correctly assessed this. So what they can do, what anyone can do, is you call up the SAS and you say, obviously you okay it with the government. You say, look, clearly we could be vulnerable here. The government will say, well, call the SAS or we'll send somebody to check it out. In this case, they call the SAS. hello, SAS. Yes, this is Fawley Refinery, and we think that we're vulnerable, could be vulnerable to a possible terrorist attack. Now, this is where the story starts, all right? So how much of this is actual truth, I don't know, but it made me laugh because I spoke to the SAS guys about this, and they say that that's exactly how it would be. That's exactly how that would happen. So it's a story, but I've had bona fide blokes tell me that's exactly how that sort of thing would happen. So here comes the story. Hello, this is Fawley Refinery. Yes, this is the SAS. Yes, well, we think we're possibly vulnerable to terrorist attack. Right, well, we'll check you out. In fact, we'll check you out in 2 weeks' time on the evening of Thursday, June the 17th. No, I thought we would. So, fucking hell! What did the SAS say? Well, they said they're going to check us out on the Thursday. He talked to you, the SAS. Yes, I had real SAS guys looking after me in Iraq, real guys. Okay, but my colleague told me this story. So, element of it is true or not? You know, you have to decide for yourself. But let me tell you the story. So I heard it secondhand. I spoke to real SAS guys in Iraq and said, yes, they didn't tell me that's true, but they said, yes, that would be exactly how it would work. It would work just exactly like that. So this is how it goes. This is how the story goes. So the management of Fawley said, oh, can you imagine it? Fuck me, the SAS said they're going to check us in 2 weeks' time. 2 weeks, fuck. I thought they would come in. No, they said they would check us Thursday, on the evening of Thursday, June the 17th. Right. Okay, so what we're going to do? Right. Security. Right. Dogs. We're gonna up the dogs patrol. Yes. And what about getting in? Contractors. Yeah. Well, right. We're going to make sure that everybody is known to the face. Everybody. Now this happened to me. Whilst I was working at Fawley. I was there when this bit happened. Suddenly, one day, just like that, I'd been getting in about an hour in the morning, queuing up in the fucking car, and now it was 3 hours. So when you finally get to the front of the queue, you look at the fucking security guard and say, it's me! Fuck me! I've been waiting here for 3 hours to get in the fucking place. What the fuck is going on? Starting security, sir. Can't help it. No, fucking hell. If you could just... So getting into that place was fucking horrendous. Then I had to go somewhere else. But a colleague of mine stayed on there, and he told me what happened next. And but I wasn't there, so I can't verify it as true or not. But it is what a colleague of mine told me. So then, right. So the story goes. The story goes. The next week, the SAS phone up their security and say, hello, this is the SAS security. Yes. Just to remind you that we're going to check you on the evening of next week, June the 17th. Just to let you know, we'll check you then. All right? Yes, absolutely. We'll be ready. Yes. Thank you. Right, chaps, June, it's next week. They're checking us, right? So what we've got the infrared cameras, we've got the movement detectors, we've got the dogs. So the SAS are coming next Thursday night. Right, what are they coming to the door? They'll come to the gate, presumably. Well, you'll meet them, won't you? And you'll show them around. Yeah, Fred, John. Yeah, yes, sir. Yes. Absolutely. All under control here, sir. Yeah, absolutely. You can rely on me. Yes. Right. Okay. Seems like we're good to go then. All right. Next week it's fucking still 4 hour fucking queues to get in. Shit, it's getting fucking worse. Can you imagine how it was when, as it approached the evening of June the 17th? Can you imagine? You've got all the fucking security guards lining the whole place. They got the dogs, they got the cameras, they got everything. They're all ready for inspection. All the boots are fucking polished and the uniforms are waiting for the SAS to come on the line. What happened? Nothing happened at all. But you know those great big they're gas containers. They're huge. They're round. They're circular, for a globular, like a big ball, like a big golf ball. And they generally paint them white. And they're full of gas. And there's loads of them all over the place, you know. And if you put a bomb next to one of them, blew it up, it would be a fucking big explosion. In the morning, as the sun came up on the morning of June the 18th, on about 6 of these balls, white balls, written in black paint, great big 6 foot fucking high letters in black paint. Bang. 6 of them. Bang, written on. That's how good the security was. The SAS got there, managed to write fucking bang in black paint and fucked off. Hurt no one. Showed them how good their security was. Showed them how good the fucking checks were, and the infrared and the cameras and everything. Now, how did the SAS do that? How the fuck? And that was my question. I related this story to these SAS guys who were looking after me, and I said, I heard this story, and this is what my colleague told me happened. I said, I don't know whether it's true or not. And how the fuck could they have done that? How could they have pulled that off? Nobody saw anything. Nobody saw a thing. Nobody knew anything. And they explained to me. Well, on the ball, yes. Yeah, you're making a joke, aren't you? Yes, I know. All right, well, but they explained to me that they have a go team. All right, Hereford. Everyone's got SAS stories, and everyone's full of fucking bullshit, you know. And everybody you ever meet is fucking SAS or S fucking whatever. They're X this or X that. They're all full of shit, most of them. And I was never in the SAS, but I spoke to real SAS guys. They have a go team ready at Hereford. They're ready to go at a moment's fucking notice. The phone goes, they're in the car. They're in the Range Rover to go, fucking full speed, 140 miles an hour, wherever they need to go. The police stop the traffic, get them out of the way, and they can get from Hereford to anywhere in the country fast as they need to be, or by helicopter. They've got a go team that will get somebody, a team, or a single person if they need to be, go, bang, here. How fast could they get a bloke from Hereford into my garden in France. No, it wouldn't take them long. I'm not that much of a threat. I don't think for a minute there's anybody in my garden. But if there is, he can't get a clear shot. He can't get a clear shot. I know he can't. I've thought of it. I'm drinking coffee. So that's what we're up with. So how they did that, how they did that at Hereford, the guys explained to me, the moment that they picked up the phone and said, oh, this is Fawley, or they probably knew already that they were, they'd probably gone through the long channels, through the government, send a letter and say, would it be okay? Could you check the? So that gives the SAS a huge heads up. Plenty of fucking time. They don't send their main real go team. They send the backup team. It's a kind of training exercise. They go. They get in very early on. Almost the moment that phone call has been made, you think you could check? Yes, the SAS are in there. They're posing as contractors or concrete makers or whatever. They're in through the door, and then what they do is they hide. That's all they do. They dig a fucking hole in the ground. That fall is, it's not concreted over. There'll be places where they can hide. They can dig a fucking hole in the ground, live in a hole in the ground, and then you sit there. Got the location from the phone. Oh, sure, absolutely. Yeah. But I mean, they would know where before them. But they would get somebody in there very, very quick. Then they can talk to each other on mobile phones, in Frawley. Absolutely, yeah. But they would. The point being that they would stay in there. They would live in a hole in the ground. They would shit in a fucking plastic bag. That's what the SAS is all about. All right? The SAS is about covert surveillance. All the rest of the shit is it's just add-on. But the rest of it, it's surveillance. So they lay in a hole in the ground and then they watch the dogs. They know the routine of the dogs. They time it. They know where they see where the cameras are. They know where the infrareds are, and then they work out the way to attack that golf ball. And it takes them 2 fucking weeks to work out how we're going to do this. And then and they work out the time, they can talk. If there's more than one of them, they can talk to each other at this time. The dogs have gone past. The guard's having his coffee, and we go bang now. We need the paint. Well, where are we going to get the paint from? They might have to get the paint from whatever, they plan. How are we going to get the paint? Plan. P. Do you know what the 6 P's mean? Do you know what the 6 P's mean? It doesn't matter. Proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. Proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. That's what they do. It's all about preparation, Elliot. I've had 12 years to prepare this because I knew from the start, from the very beginning, that McCann's had done it. I absolutely knew. I just watched it. I could see it. I knew yeah. Okay. Well, I just told you, haven't I? Is there a lag going on here now? There seems to might be a lag. Now there's another person arrived. Look, another person. Would the person watching please just make yourself known in the comments? Would you like to or not? And I can, if you've got any questions, you're watching us, and you can ask me a question if you want. It'll be more interesting for you if you identify yourself, or are you some sort of what sort of person are you? You're enjoying watching just an old bloke talk about random stuff, you know. Not going to identify yourself. I was talking about SAS, proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. And I was talking about the way I'm going to take the McCanns down and make sure that they are convicted of the manslaughter of their daughter and disposal of her body. And I was just telling my good friend Elliot that. And now I'm telling you that. And you don't want to identify yourself. That's all you need to do. Just write in the comments and say hello. Wish you would, because I can't see your... I can just see that there's a person watching who won't identify themselves. Perhaps if I can't. Can you see, Elliot? Can you see how to do this? Seems not. Elliot, there's a lag now. Are you there? I need you to tell me you're there because I'm getting concerned about this lag now. I need you. Right. Hello, Catherine. Hello. No, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for saying, Catherine. You wrote, just remind me, you wrote to me on my YouTube channel. Is that right, Catherine? Thank you. Thanks very much for identifying yourself. I recognise your name, Catherine. But I'm sorry, I just can't quite place you. But I think you're a subscriber on my YouTube channel, aren't you? I think yes. Yeah. And I'm just discussing with my friend Elliot about, I was telling him an SAS story about proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. And I was just telling him I've been planning this for 12 years. And Operation Grange, I can tell you, I think, Catherine, yes. Operation Grange is the Scotland Yard operation to cover up and control the media. Yes, brilliant, Catherine. Yes, okay, that's great. So let me tell you, I'm going to go live tonight. If you, Elliot said it was 7 p.m. It's 6 p.m. UK time if you're in the UK. Are you in the UK, Catherine? Because I'm going to go live tonight. I'm live now with Elliot, but between the two of us, we're just getting our act together, such that we're going to take down these Madeline sites that, on the face of it, they are anti-McCann sites. But I've been telling Elliot they've all been infiltrated by agents of Operation Grange. Operation Grange is Scotland Yard's trolling operation. That's what it is. Yes. Thanks, Elliot. Yeah. So we're going to go live tonight. I was going to put another video up, Catherine, but I don't know whether it will go up tonight, up today on my YouTube channel, but it'll be there very shortly. But I was discussing with Elliot the difficulties of making a video and then uploading it, and, with a slow internet connection and all of that. So we've decided for a live YouTube tonight. And you're most welcome to join, Catherine. If in fact, please join, because so far there's only me and Elliot are going to be in there. But if you could come along as well, that would be brilliant. But we're going to spend the day inviting people, so it might be worth doing. And I'm going to talk about Operation Grange and Scotland Yard and their involvement in manipulating the all of the Madeleine McCann sites, all of the pro sites that you're probably members of, you're probably a member of, and yet we keep going round in circles and never come to a conclusion. And that, Catherine, I can assure you, I have proof now. I have proof that is Scotland Yard, and I can make that public today, this evening. I've been talking to Elliot about it now, up to now. So that's what this podcast. That's what tonight's live broadcast will be about. And if you want to invite people, please feel free. But Kathleen, know this well, understand this well. I hope you're listening to me now. We will, and I have been monitored by Scotland Yard, GCHQ. Catherine, you're British, aren't you? I think you're British, if I remember quite. I could actually just go and have a look at you. Shall I find you? I could do that. I could look at your YouTube. I know you were complimentary, Catherine. So I don't really need to check you out. But there will be people who are not complimentary, and they will come, and they will try to disrupt tonight's thing. Just watch out for them. We can let them have their say, but note this well. Anybody who says that Madeleine didn't die in the apartment, it's as simple as that. They're a troll. They're probably Operation Grange. It's as simple as that. Madeleine died in the apartment. There is no evidence of an abduction, not forensic. The timeline doesn't allow it. There's no forensic evidence of an abduction at all. There isn't. It can't have happened. It can't possibly have happened. That's why the McCanns won't go back to Portugal to do a reconstruction. Their timeline, a given timeline, doesn't allow it. Hence, Madeleine died in the apartment. It's a fact. And we're not going to be, we're not anybody who says, oh no, but wait a minute, you don't have any proof. You don't need fucking proof. An abduction didn't take place. The McCanns say it did. End of story. End of discussion. Anybody who wants to dispute that has got an ulterior motive. They have. Either that, or they haven't got any IQ. You still there, Catherine? Just give me a high five on that one, Catherine. If you're going to be here and you follow and you agree with what I say, if you don't agree with what I'm saying, type that in there. And Elliot will have a really good look at you. Me and Elliot will have a really good close look at you. But if you're naive if you believe you'll get anywhere with this. I'm only British by blood. Yes? All right. Catherine. All right. What you've missed. Look. Okay, Catherine. That's fine. That's fine. I accept what you're saying. Right. Thank you for writing that. And thank you for making that comment. Why I know you're wrong. I know you're wrong. All right. I know you're wrong. Bear with me on this. All right, Catherine. Just be patient. Out. Look after. All right, Elliot. Yeah, good plan, mate. Good plan. Yes. Okay. All right. and I've got to get on. But I'll just have this. I'll just say, talk to Catherine if she still remains. Yeah, if you drop off, Elliot, that's fine. But I will talk to Catherine if she's still here, and if she loses interest, then I'll be on my own. But Catherine, right? So I'm talking to you directly now, Catherine. Just because you watch my videos, and I'll tell you how I know that I'm not wasting my time. And if you come tonight, you'll be part of something great. Really, honestly, I promise you. So I'm going to get somewhere with this because I know I've been working on this. Yeah, okay, Elliot, no problem, mate. Yeah, with you, Madeline. If you make another one, I'll just crush mine. If you copy what I've already done, make you yourself admin, and put me as admin on yours if you can do it. But I couldn't do it. I'll be mine. But we'll have it ready for tonight anyway. All right, mate. No problem. I can see Catherine's still here, so I'll carry on talking to Catherine. Catherine, I looked at this. I saw this when it first happened, as I stated in my first video. In the first days, I looked at it. Right, Elliot's dropped off, so it's just me and you, Catherine. So I looked at it in the first days. Now I tell you now, Catherine, GCHQ have hacked my machine and tried to blackmail me. Okay, they've been into this PC that I'm talking to you through now, and they tried to blackmail me from this machine due to content on this machine. I had to protect myself from that. And if you go and visit my Facebook page, are we friends on Facebook, Catherine? Could you just tell me? Can you tell me whether we're friends on Facebook? No, we're not. I know we're not. I pretty much know that we're not friends on Facebook. But if you sent me a friend request on Facebook, you'll be able to see my Facebook page. But you won't be able to see all the stuff that I posted previously. So I'll up to date you on it. They blackmailed me. They tried to blackmail me. I got a letter from apparently a random blackmailer saying that he was in my computer, and one day, Catherine, yeah, you're adult. You're a grown up. If you're not, look away now. He said, one day I saw you masturbating, and I'm going to post this on Facebook, and all your friends far and wide. So I responded to this apparently random blackmailer, and there's 3 people up now. There, we've got somebody. No, I don't do any of that stuff on principle. No, Catherine, what are you saying? No, I don't do any of that stuff. Oh, a Facebook, of course. All right, Catherine, that's your prerogative. All right, that's fine. That's fine. That's your choice. Far be it for me to completely understand. Got you. And we're back up to 3 again now. But anyway, Catherine, this blackmailer told me, but you can stop me. You can send me $500 he wanted in. It wasn't Bitcoin. It was in Ethereum, a cryptocurrency. And apparently, if I paid him this money, I could stop him from posting this far and wide. So my reply, which I put on Facebook, was, "Hi, hello. I was expecting you. If you were in my computer, you will have seen that I am involved in a matter concerning a vile pair of paedophiles called Kate and Joey McCann. And I fully expected an attack such as this. Hence, I prepared myself by going to join a mutual masturbation site on the internet putting on a pair of stockings and joining in the fun. I didn't show my face. And I showed my hands. You can see my hands. I've got funny hands. I've got this. I was obviously showing my hands. I said, but I quite enjoyed it. It was a mutual masturbation society for consenting adults. You cunt. You blackmailing cunt. Anyway, my dick, turns out, it's quite a beauty looking around. Comparing it with all the others, I'm quite proud of it. It's a beauty. So go ahead. You post it far and wide, up and down the world. I really don't care. It's not going to bother me at all. Go ahead. See if you can fucking blackmail me again, you cunt. I'll post it on Facebook. I'm ready for you. I know who I'm dealing with. I've known from the start. There are traps everywhere. And they've fallen into every single one of them. Catherine, I've run round Scotland Yard. I've run rings round them. I'm sorry. I don't want to start and big myself up or anything like that. But this week, Operation Grange, with the help of people like Elliot and all the other people who've done the work before, Richard D. Hall and whatever, and you come in and helping me and supporting, well, not helping me, but supporting me, encouraging me on the site, on my YouTube channel. People like you added your little voice to help me, have nourished me and kept me going. So I'm not bigging myself up. It's all the other people who've added to this. And in my case, God as well has helped me. And I'm very, very humbled by that. So I'm very, very humble on this. But together, they run rings around Scotland Yard. They can't shut me up now. There's no way they can. They've tried blackmailing me. They've tried shutting me down. They've tried intimidating. They've tried telling me that I'm bipolar. They've tried to fucking make me paranoid. They've tried to say that I'm on my meds. But I'm in France. They can't section me. I've no doubt at all that if I was in the UK, they would have done bang, smashed down my fucking door by now. Instead of carted me up and sectioned me. They can't do that here in France. So we're taking them down. Me and Elliot, who's now gone off to protect himself, and it's happening. Why you need this? Yes, well, all right, let God be the judge. Yeah, well, hold on then, Catherine. That's a perfectly legitimate question. Yes, I think you're a good person, but you're on a hiding to nothing. Fine, Catherine. Fine. You may think so, and I love your question. Needlessly putting yourself in the line of fire. Look, God is the judge. God absolutely will judge them when they die, but not until they die. And we're living on God's world now. We're living on God's earth now. And God moves in mysterious ways. Yes, he does. And it's not about an imagined future and heaven and hell. We're living life now. I believe and trust in God with my whole of my heart, like I said in my videos, with the whole of my heart. And when you believe in the way that I do, and I'm not pushing that on you, and I'll never push it on anybody else. Like I say in my videos, I'm not religious in any way, shape, or form. I don't have religion, but I have an absolute knowledge, and it's the knowledge. It's a certain knowledge that there's God. How I've got that, how I came to arrive at that, you might say, oh, well, you can't possibly know that. But nobody knows that. And that will annoy people like Ricky Gervais and annoy people. That's how the fuck can this man claim that he knows that there's God? Can't fucking. I've made a video about that and how I tried to explain how I got there. Pushing that on anybody else. Never would, never put anybody else down. If they are a complete agnostic and they absolutely do not believe in God, like Ricky Gervais, and they put that thing there, totally respect that, totally, and you'll never hear me argue with them at all. For me, my personal thing is I totally believe in God. And God, for me, has kind of almost accidentally positioned me ideally to take the McCanns down. I can. I realise almost accidentally, but it's not quite accidentally, because I've been planning this for quite a while. You might like to watch Holy Grail Found, one of my videos. Hardly anybody ever watches that. Nobody watches that. And that's all about me planning for this and giving my address away and planning and putting the fucking fear of God into the McCanns. They're all of my videos, even the Vive France, all part of the same thing. They're all part, even the Dysons. People only ever watch the Jerry Cancello. They don't bother with all the rest. But they're all building up. And if you look at God was not and never has been a psychopathic liar. That, you know, I'm talking about. And then there's others I won't know. But you could, if you scroll through my channel, there's others which will, I think Catherine will explain why I'm willing to put myself in the line of fire. I'm willing to die here, no problem at all. I'm willing to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die at all. But if I have to die doing this, it's not a problem. I'm ready to meet God with a clear conscience. There's nothing in my life that I need to atone for. Nothing. I'm ready to meet God with a clear conscience that I've done my best. Take this out of me if you will. I've done nothing that I'm ashamed of. I've been in prison in America, but there's nothing in my record that I'm ashamed of at all. Nothing that the police can blackmail with me. Yes, I masturbated live I'm not ashamed of it. Between consenting adults, I've never raped anybody or hurt anybody, or I've never molested a child or any of that. I've never done any of those things. So I'm completely happy to meet God. I'd rather not, to be honest. You know, I live in the sun's shining. It's a beautiful day. It's going to be a beautiful day here, and I live in a beautiful place. I've got more than I could ever want or need. I'm blessed beyond my wildest dreams. I'm happy. People try to call me sad, but it really fucking annoys me. You sad. Fucking hell, that annoys me. Why is this shit out of me? I'm not sad. I'm happy. I'm blessed. I'm happy to meet every new day. Thank God I'm alive. I'm on my own. I live on my own. But I've got my dog who's disappeared somewhere. But he'll come and say hello in a minute. Prince! Anyway, never mind. I'm not on a hiding to nothing here, Catherine. Believe it. Did you say the Holy Grail? Look, if you really believe in God, which I know you do, then judge, not lest you be judged. Now, Catherine, be careful with this. I might need to take a look at you more closely, because you're trying to persuade me not to judge the McCanns. So I will look at you more closely, Catherine. I will. I'll look at you very closely. I can judge the McCanns. I absolutely can get that clear. I can. I am. I do. You understand that, Catherine? I'll look you in the eye. You have brought my attention on you. You understand me, Catherine? Operation Grange ends here. Do you understand me, Catherine? I shall look at you very, very carefully. How dare you? Don't quite the fucking Bible at me. Don't do it. I'll be looking at you, Catherine, stopped, very, very carefully. Now, you're welcome to come and attend tonight, but I might decide to block you. It depends what you said. Depends how you commented on my YouTube channel. I remember you. I don't know whether I remember you in a good way or a bad way, but I'll find out later. I'll find out later. I could find out now, eh? And we could discuss what you said. Let me do that. Just hold on. No, I mean not to judge anyone. I know we all do it, but I'm going to do it. Which video did you comment on? Just make my life easy now, Catherine. Excuse me for my, because that's how I deal with them. That's why I'm not on a hiding to nothing, Catherine. Just help me out. Which video did you comment on? Help me out so I can see what you said. Help me out. I'm not a technical wizard as you can possibly imagine. Let me just split this screen. I can probably do two things at once. Put that over there. Open up another browser. Just hold on. I'll open a different browser altogether. But don't tell me I'm on a hiding to nothing. Don't tell me, don't naysay me. You don't know what I'm capable of, Catherine. You've got no clue. And if you want a heads up, I'm taking down Operation Grange. Operation Grange ends this weekend. Yes, it does. I've got all the proof I need. Catherine, do you want to help me out with this or not? There's just me and you left, or have you dropped off and there's some other person? There's nobody else left then. Oh no, Catherine, are you there? Help me out. Which video did you comment on? You want to be part of the, you were stood in a darkened room with your dog. Oh, okay. All right, let me have a look then. All right, let me just have a look at what you said. You said, I tell you what you said. You said it was spooky, didn't you? Did you say it was, you said it was spooky, there was a spooky feel to it. Is that what you said? Just give me a heads up on that. You said it comes across as spooky, nice spooky feel or something like that. Let me just see if I can. No. Right, I can go to that one. I was sat in this room, it was this room here with my dog. I'm dressing them directly. Let me just go and check, let me just go and have a look there. I'm trying to rush here, Catherine. I'm trying to rush. Let's haste, more speed. What did you said? Something. Let me have a look. If you can bear with me, or you could just make my life easier by telling me what. Just retype your comment. You said you wrote to me. I think you mean you just made a comment, which I'm getting up to speed here now. Let's get rid of that. I don't want to do that. I've got to go there. I've got to go there. Go there. I'm getting there. Yeah, I'm live now. Yes. Okay. On Epiphany. Let me try. Yeah. Right. All right, Catherine. I'm very nearly there now. I've got to. Wait a minute. YouTube Studio. Wait. Stood. I was stood. You said in a darkened room. Right, you said God, the devil, and the cans. Let me just check. I'm going to be with you there in a second, Catherine. No, it's not that one. No, must be a different one. I reckon I must have been sat in a darkened room with my dog. Yes, my dog's not in that one. Just I'm going to be there very, very second. It was called Gerald McCann Tell the Truth. Right. It's either that one. Very spooky. Catherine, I had a lot of comments. Catherine stopped. No, I don't see you there. I don't see you there. I've got another possible one it could have been. If you've not lost the will to live yet, Catherine. But the point is, I'm not on a hiding to nothing. I absolutely am not. I totally am not. And if you want to see it happen, it's happening this weekend. Yes, it is. Because I've been preparing this. Like this one. It's got to be this one. If it's not, A Tale of Two Policemen. It might be that one as well. All right. I can check in these quicker now. Elliot Fire, nice. No, not that one. It's got to be A Tale of Two Policemen then. The fire. Well, it wouldn't have been Leave for France, would it? I asked you to like and subscribe. No, I can't find you, Catherine. The fact is, I can't find you. Not literally stood, more like sitting. Yeah, I meant atmospheric spooky. You were stood in a dark room, addressing them. I meant atmospheric. I can't find. Yes. Okay. All right. A real spooky feel. I can't find it now. Yeah, you said you were going to subscribe or something, but you probably didn't. Look, if we all did nothing and didn't judge anybody, and we're all too scared to say what needs to be said, then evil pushes its way into this world. It does. So anybody that says to me, don't judge lest you be judged, because they know I believe in God, I can tell them just to fuck off on your bike. Go away. My own brother told me that, and I've told him to fuck off out of my head. Look me. How do you mean look me? Yeah, you got, yeah, all right. Look me. Yeah, call me arrogant. Call me a judge. Call me what you want. But we have to not be afraid to stand up for right. We're all too scared. Don't judge unless you be judged. Well, yeah, all right. I will judge. And I will be judged. I will be judged by God. Absolutely, I'll be judged by God. And if I'm wrong, my God, I'm going to suffer, am I not? I'm going to suffer badly. Because if I'm wrong about this, and I made two people's lives living hell, and I'm wrong, then yeah, I deserve the worst possible treatment that God could meter out to me, and I deserve it. I deserve eternal hellfire. I absolutely deserve for him to kill me in the worst possible way and torture me to death. I absolutely would deserve it. I'd have brought it on myself. Yes, I would have done. This is powdered tobacco. Breeze, they call it in France. I'm addicted to it. It's nicotine. So I don't know quite what you say, Catherine. Look, you. And I haven't been able to find your comment. But never mind. So if you want to watch tonight, I can see there's 3 people watching here now. See? Another person who doesn't want to identify themselves. So yes, I know that GCHQ have been in my machine. They tried to blackmail me, yes, and they tried to frighten me, and they will kill me. I've taken all of those precautions. I can judge. I am judging, and Operation Grange, which infiltrates all of these sites, that has people saying, don't judge, and we don't know, and you've got no proof, and have some respect, and all of that, has everybody running around in circles. While the McCanns can live in a fucking multi-million-pound house, free from all fear of everything, protected by the police. The house isn't daubed with paint, saying, get out, you fucking filthy child molesting fucking pieces of scum shit. They couldn't live next to me. They couldn't. Wouldn't happen. I've actually thought about going and living next to them, buying the house next door to them. But hey ho. So, Catherine, you might think I'm on hiding to nothing. Let me tell you, I'm taking Operation Grange down. Me and my friend Elliot, that were here before, we're going to set up a secure Facebook site. We're going to set up a GoFundMe Facebook page, and I'm going to ask for money to take Scotland Yard to court for misleading the public with Operation Grange. The faux police operation that was looking for Madeleine McCann when they knew she was perfectly dead, because I knew in the first week. And then misleading and manipulating public perception of said murder by infiltrating all of the McCann sites, Yahoo, YouTube, recently more Facebook. But I have proof. I've got proof. I've got proof. I'm not on hiding to nothing. No way. They're running for the fucking hills as we speak. Catherine. I've got them here by the balls, right here. I'm squeezing today, squeezing very hard. I've got more viewers now, got more attention. Does anybody want to, the other, right, so I know we've got Catherine Stott watching, and we got somebody just dropped off. And me and Catherine still here, and one other. Hello, mate. Right, I know you. Right, I know you perfectly well. I've spoken to you before. You've commented on my. I recognise your name, Karin. I recognise your name, and you've commented positively on my YouTube videos before. So I can happily. I can tell you that I'm going live tonight. This is just a test run. So I'm going live tonight. If you want to come, it's UK time at 6 p.m. and I'd like to invite you to watch then. And I'll be making a more formal presentation. But right now, I can see you're here, and I can address you personally almost. So, a question about mechanic. The door to the was unlocked. Why would an intruder use the window? Well, he didn't use the window. There was no intruder, Karin. You know, and I know there was no intruder. That's the thing. An intruder could not have gone into that apartment without leaving a forensic trace with a fingerprint or anything. Nobody could get through a window without leaving a forensic trace. The police, the highly professional Portuguese police, established that. There was no forensic trace. Nobody other than the McCanns entered that apartment. It's impossible. The Portuguese police know that. You can't go through a window, you, me, or anybody else. Well, you might be able to with gloves, whatever. But the whole bit about the windows being jemmied, and then they weren't jemmied. Either they were fucking jemmied or they weren't. And you make your mind up. Because if they were jemmied, there would be a mark. There was no jemmy marks. Was the window locked or unlocked? Well, they said it was locked, and then they had to say it was unlocked. They had to change their mind. So that potentially an intruder could have opened the unlocked windows and climbed in without leaving a forensic trace, a footprint, anything. There was no abduction. There was no abduction. End of discussion. End of story. Don't be confused. There never was an abduction. An abduction was a story that McCann's invented to cover the fact that they killed their daughter with an overdose of sedative. All right, so there's two people watching now. I don't know whether it's me and you, Karin. I have to go. I don't know who's left. If anybody, the other person that's still watching wants me to continue, I will. If they won't identify themselves, I'll be off because I've got stuff to do. So either identify, there's another person come up now. There you go. So the person that's come up now, please identify yourself. There's three of us now. I think, can you just quickly identify yourselves, guys? Because I'm not going to sit here talking all day. Three. Anyone going to identify themselves? Otherwise, I'll drop off. In the comments, just say hello. I can't see. All I can see is the three people watching. Me and two unidentified people. So in the comments at the side, so I can see your name, one's dropped off. So it's me and one person. It's either Karim or Catherine. All right, Karim. All right, you catch up later tonight, mate. 6 p.m. UK time. All right, now we've, yeah, and you have a great day, and try and pop in tonight, mate. It'll be interesting. I tell you what, tonight you'll be able to, if you can, I appreciate it. If you can't, never mind. But you know, I appreciate you commenting on my channel. I do appreciate that. I know you're a genuine guy, so I encourage you. Please watch more and comment as much as you like. And as far as I'm concerned, you're a genuine bloke. So they're hard to find nowadays at the moment. It's sad to say. So thanks, Karim, for your time and your effort. You have a great day too, mate. And I hope to see you tonight. Already do. All right, so there's 4 people watching. Please identify the guys who are watching. I can't do this for much longer because I've got stuff to do. But if you've got any questions, anybody that's watching, just identify yourself, ask a question, and I'll do my best to answer it. Me and 2 others at the moment, 2 other unidentified people. It'll be very boring if you don't say hello. It'll be just me fucking rabbiting away. I don't quite know why you're here, but now there's 4 people. This is a powerful medium. This is the fact that 4 people would be interesting to see and watch me talk away. Now I've dropped up to 3. Somebody's just cleared off. So I don't know why you're here. I don't know why you're here. I don't know why you can't comment. And it's just me and one of them now. Now I'm back up to 3. That's amazing. I'm gonna have to go now. Look. So what I'd like to say is to the people remaining watching is that I'm going live tonight at 6 p.m. UK time. If anybody wants to identify themselves, I'm going live tonight. This is just a trial run, but I'm going live tonight to talk about the McCann case, Operation Grange, and how at 6 p.m. tonight. Okay. All right, I'm going to have to go. Unless you can identify yourself, you other 2 viewers. Viewers, please identify yourself. There's me and 4 others and 3 others now. I'm gonna have to go. If you hear about the McCann case and my YouTube channel, that's what I'm talking about, an Operation Grange, and how it ends this weekend. About me, I'm going to take out Scotland Yard and prosecute them. So that's what's going to happen tonight. And talk about that live and how they've got nothing on them. You want to identify yourself? Give me a ring. You need to give me a ring, Scotland Yard, don't you? Really? I would if I were you. I wouldn't want to be in your shoes when this live thing goes out tonight. I wouldn't want to be in your shoes at all. There's going to be some arseholes ringing out, aren't there? Scotland Yard. How the fuck did you let it get this far? How the fuck have you not? Okay, Catherine. All right, I didn't realise that you were there. Okay. I'd love to see you tonight, Catherine. I'm not on a hiding to nothing. I can promise you that, Catherine. You can watch something. You can be part of something. You can see it unfold in front of you. I'm taking down the Facebook pages. I'm going to prosecute Scotland Yard. I might not win, but I'm going to do it in a public arena, unless they contact me and beg for a truce. My My terms are that the McCanns are prosecuted and found guilty. That they're my terms. And I will, yeah, I'm not saying I want to be the judge. I'm saying they must be prosecuted in the law. Let them judge. But thanks for being here. I didn't realise, I thought you'd gone earlier, Catherine. I didn't realise it was just you. But honestly, it'll be a nice one tonight. Okay, and thanks for being at my channel. And don't give up on me. Have a look at the Holy Grail and all of that good stuff. All right, Catherine. Now there's 4 people watching now. Beggars belief. Now there's 3. I think that's because Catherine's gone, as me and 2 others who won't identify themselves. I'll just carry on a little while longer. If you just popped in on Sunday morning from Scotland Yard, from Operation Grange, I'm not by any means against you. Think about that one. Look, Catherine, I will find your comment, and if you're against me, I don't need to think about it. I'll know straight away. I'll hold it in abeyance because I haven't seen your comment yet. All right, I need to read it and assess it. But I can see through veiled. No one's going to waste my time. Right, time wasting is over. I can see through it. All right, I'm focused, and nobody, absolutely nobody, can take my focus. Nobody. That's how I'm able to achieve the things I achieve. I focus. I'm bipolar. I eliminate all distractions and I fucking well focus on the truth. I drill down to the truth. I can every single time. So I'll have a look. I don't really need to think about it, Catherine. If you've gone, you've gone. I'll have a look what you said. But I won't be distracted from this. No. So 3 people still watching. I'm going to go soon. You identify yourselves or not. I'll assume Catherine's gone. The other person, Scotland Yard. Hey, shall I ramble at you fuckers? Shall I tell you why you're going to go down? Because Tom Moore is a real bloke. Ant Wilkinson, I called a professional troll, is a construct of Operation Grange. Is he not? But he's deniable, isn't he? Because you could say, well, he's just a construct who's constructing himself because he likes trolling. And that's just something he does for his own fucking sad amusement. Ant Wilkinson is a troll we weren't able to identify. He's muddied the waters of his true identity. Tom Moore hasn't done that. Tom Moore's a real man. And he started an anti-McCann site, did he not? Yeah. Tom Moore was at the Sun, wasn't he? He added a location. Tom Moore was in New Zealand, was he not? Tom Moore is a real person who had an anti-McCann site that I was a member of. And I have a record of all of that. So if I wheel Tom Moore, my barrister wheels Tom Moore into court in the case of Turner versus Scotland Yard, and we subpoena whatever we do in England, we call Tom Moore. We can establish what his job was. We paid him. Why he went to New Zealand. In the line of his work. You can ask him what his work was. Can't I? I can do all of that. We can see who finances True. I can ask him, why did he create an anti-McCann site? And then I can show that he was, in fact, supported by this deniable amount of funds. See what I'll do? See what I'll do in the court case. It's all deniable. All I meant to say, Catherine stopped, it's just you and me. All I meant to say was she probably gave some meds and it all went wrong. Yes. Yeah, that's fine. Absolutely. That's right. A cock-up became a cover-up. Absolutely it did. That's what happens, Catherine. You absolutely bang on. That's what happened. The interesting thing is, why was it covered up? That's the thing. Why was it covered up? And by whom? How on earth could they manage to cover that up? Themselves? How could they cover that up themselves? What leverage have they got to cover that up? What leverage have they got to stay out of court? How have they managed that? That's the thing. That's the question, Catherine. It's just me and you now. I know it's just me and you. So I'm not, Catherine, so I'm not on a hiding to nothing. You were listening to me as I thought I was talking to Scotland Yard. That's how I've done it. Through Facebook trolls, through logging them, knowing them, mentally knowing who they are, and keeping a record through the years, and then setting traps, like I had to the masturbation trap, all of that stuff to protect myself so I don't get killed, like Brenda Leyland did. That's why I'm not on a hiding to nothing, Catherine. Trust me. Right, that comment of yours, I didn't see it straight away because it was held for review. But it came to me on my screen for my approval, so I let it through, and it said all I meant to say probably gave some meds. Absolutely, Catherine. Absolutely, she did. She was an anaesthetist, and she obviously got access to the drugs. Madeline cried and cried and cried the night before, if you remember. You remember that picture where she's curling her lip? That famous picture. I asked her, and she moved on. That was when her mother was saying that she cried. So I asked her about it. Why did you cry? She cried for fucking 2 hours, Catherine. Cried for 2 hours while they were not at the tapas bar. No claim to be at the tapas bar that night. They can't claim to be at the tapas bar because they went to Chaplin, which is 500 meters away as a crow flies. But there were roadworks. That's in a straight line. So if they were going to work, if they were going to walk, there were roadworks. So it added up to about I went over the top when I said 2 miles, but it was a long fucking way. It was so far that they couldn't claim to have been doing checks. It was impossible to be claiming to do half-hour checks that night. All of that, the obvious fact, it's brushed over. Why? Why is that not in the public attention? I'll tell you why. Because of Operation Grange. Because of Scotland Yard's Operation Grange. That's why. And I know that. I knew that to be true before. So when I know something to be true, and I know it to be true, how do I go about proving it? I'll float a hypothesis and see what happens. And then note the people who are against the hypothesis, who say, well, your hypothesis doesn't work because of this. I use a scientific method and say, well, actually, no, that's wrong. My hypothesis absolutely does work. And your view that it doesn't is totally wrong. Note name here. Who are you? Let's have a look at you. What's your background? Well, there isn't one. What do you do for a job? You don't say. Interesting. Hello, Gary. Look, mate. Look, I know you too. All right, Gary. Hello, Gary. I know you. I've spoken to you. I know you're a genuine guy, and I know your views, mate. All right, and you told me about what you think of me as well. My views, bipolar. All right, and I know what you feel about Madeline. You've made it very clear, and I know that you feel that genuinely. I'm going to say that I disagree with you. I know you say that you saw her. I know you say that, and I know you genuinely believe that. So I'm not saying. You and I believe different things here, my friend Gary. We believe different things, and I'm going to ask you to go along for now with what I believe. Now I know that's tough. That's a big ask. It's a big ask for me, because I know how deeply you believe what you said. I can see. I know exactly who you are, and I can see how deeply you believe what you were trying to tell me. And I appreciate you. I do. And I'm not going to dismiss you. I'm not going to say you're wrong. Yes, I know, mate. I know. We talked about different things, including enlightenment. We did, Sean. And yes, and you actually, and I tried to help you on that. I tried to I think you've lost your way a little bit, if you don't mind me saying. And I tried to help you just get back on track a bit. I read between the lines, and I think you've seen some hard times. You were kind enough to open up to me, and I think you've seen some hard times, my friend. And I think you're probably still going through some hard times. And I think you probably got frustrated because you've seen the light. When you talk about enlightenment, yes, you've seen the light. But I know this. I'm going to know. I'm a made man. I'm not quite sure what that means, Gary. You're happy and you're made and you're happy with life. Now I don't know why you're bothering here with me then. You're a made man, I'm a made man, we're all happy. I'm not quite understanding that, Gary, now. I'm inviting you. I'm going live tonight at 6 p.m. UK time. I can invite you to hear, but I invite you to listen to what I've got to say, and I'll go into detail there. But if I have to, I do have the power here. I do have the power to mute you and click on you and mute you if you get a bit too. I'd like you. Right now, I'm not going to do that. But tonight, I'll come along and listen. And I hope that I can change your mind about what you think happened to Madeline, because I'm really very certain that she didn't walk into your shop because she was dead. And I don't quite know who you saw or how you could have seen, but you saw somebody. You said no to CIA coke dealer, and then I was made to watch a snuff clip. I see. All right, mate. Well, that's going to have a fucking effect on anybody, is it not? I can well understand the effect that's having on you. I can certainly see that. Yes, and I entirely believe you. To keep quiet, well. How long can you keep quiet about something like that? God saw it, mate. I don't know whether you believe in God. God saw all that going on. And that's the problem with enlightenment. You know, enlightenment means talking to God and being in touch with him. That's what it means. Totally, yes. So, you know, there comes a point where keeping quiet isn't an option anymore. There's a thing, identity of God is contentious. Absolutely. Totally. Completely is. Yeah. How do you identify God? How do you know it's God you're talking to? Or some fucker else? Now, that's absolutely right, mate. You know, I could see when you, just from your comments, what you've been through and what you say, you talk a lot of sense. I can see, and you talk from the heart. I can see that. It's totally contentious. Yes, absolutely, totally agree with you, mate. But I think you're still struggling. It's just my personal perception. I think you're still. Look at this. Do you know what this is? This is especially for you, Gary. Look, mate. They call it prise in France, where I live. It's snuff. It's powdered. It's powdered tobacco. Snuff, appropriately enough. It goes up your nose. It's very much like Coke. Let me tell you, the hit that you get a fucking great big hit of nicotine. You go, wow. Is it the bullhead, the sun, the collective vibration of everything? I've seen it. No struggles, just a bull on thin ice. No struggles. That, Gary, that sounds I don't know, mate. That sounds like the wrong guy to me, if I'm honest. That sounds like the wrong guy. But you can reach to God. You can. You absolutely can. If you doubt it, just watch some of my videos. I know I'm not bigging myself up, but I'll tell you how I get there, how I got to God. I didn't believe in God, never had done. I don't believe in religion, never have done. I still got to God. And I tried to explain it in some of my videos, which you might find helpful. I've just got to have a snort of this tobacco. Bloody hell, mate. It cost a couple of quid in a tobacconist. Now, I think in England, you have to order it from the internet. But if you want to give up Coke, or if you've ever struggled with Coke or giving up smoking, I don't smoke, I don't take Coke. But I do take this, powdered tobacco. It's as good as the lot. I'm telling you, you could take it from me, mentholated, get a big fucking hit of nicotine. Try it. All right, mate, look, if you want me to stay here, let me know now, and I'll talk to you for a little while longer, because otherwise at the moment there's only me and you on, and I need to get on with my day. But if you want, I'll stay here and talk to you a little bit longer. If you've got any questions, you need to be typing now. Otherwise, I'll bring this to a close, because I've got to get on. Okay, mate. All right, Gary, look, I'd like to invite you. Look, if you're going to get on and I'm going to get on, I'd like to invite you to watch tonight at 6 p.m. UK time. And I'll see you. I'd like to ask you to listen to what's being said. I'm going to ask you not to say that Madeline had walked into your shop, but if you want to say that, you can. You and I have different views on that, all right? So I'll probably, if you start saying that tonight in tonight's public broadcast, probably don't expect a reply from me, all right? But I respect that everybody's got an opinion. All right. Now there's 4 people watching me. Bloody hell, how am I going to get on with my day? All right, I appreciate that little sign you've made there, Gary. Good for you. Good for you. and I'm going to wish you luck in your. Go there again, mate. Don't give up. Don't give up trying. Life's full of shit. It's full of struggles. It's never over. You know. But I tell you that the one little thing, Gary, worth noting. Look at God. You can't look him in the eye. You can't meet him. You can't do that. You can't meet his eye. He's too good for that. It burns you. The light of him. No, there's no man on earth who's good enough to look God in the face. There isn't. Trust me on that. But you can meet the devil in the eye. He'll do that. And he'll deceive you. You can look in the eye. You can look the devil in the back in the eye. No problem at all. He'll deceive you. So just bear that in mind, yeah? There's not a man on earth can look God in the face. It's just how it is. Just bear that in mind, mate, Darren. And I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to say good luck to you, and I'm going to ask God to help you. And if you're not offended by it, I'm going to say, please God, be with my good friend Gary Rayner. He wants you in his life. He'll let you in. He's waiting for you, and he'll let you in. He will. God, please make yourself known to Gary Rayner today. If not too busy. This is Andrew Turner signing off on Only Busy. I know you got other stuff to do. All right, look, I've got to get on. There's 3 people watching. I've got to go. I don't know why you're watching. If I'm saying anything that's interesting to you and you want me to carry on, I'll stay here. An ode is what I experienced in '93 down by the river. But I soared over the world's end. All right, yeah. And what I don't know what an ode is, Gary. I'm not sure what you mean by an ode. I know you've been through. I absolutely. Okay. Got you. All right. Now I got you. Yeah, I got you. All right. Thanks. A bit daft. Yeah. Right. Okay. And you down the river. You soared over the world's end. All right. Okay. Right, I'm with you there, mate. Yeah. Well. Yeah. They're deeply affecting. Of course it is. Of course, it deeply affects anybody. And it's easy to, if you entertain this suggestion, it's easy. Sometimes your spirit has to escape. You know, fucking hell, what you told me about snuff making and all of that. You know, I've no doubt that all of that stuff is real for you. And I can't. I try. It's hard for me to empathise, but I can. I can. No, yes, I can. I can empathise. I try, but nothing quite that fucking horrible has ever happened to me. You know, I haven't had to deal with people that fucking horrible. When you say you're a made man, I assume you're talking about organised crime and stuff like that. I kind of, I'm getting that sort of vibe from you. So that world is a world that I see in films. I know it exists in real life, but I haven't brushed against that world in any way. And but these out of bodies experience. I'm bipolar, so it's not quite the same. I'm in body when I'm I'm in my body when I'm experiencing it, That's fucking scary, though, some of it. I've been in prison. I have been in prison. I've been in prison in the United States, and I have brushed against these tour of the universe, boof, the following week. I don't know what ESO for 6 months means. ESO, extra thereafter, which I can access via somatic state. Sleep, you mean? I'm not totally the DJ. He's my mate. I'm just, yeah, all right. All right, Gary. Yeah. Yeah. All right, mate. You ain't met God, though, have you? You haven't. I know you haven't. Yeah. And I know you're not totally the DJ. I know. I know that. And the DJ is playing some fucking nice tunes. He is, because he does. He can. He knows all the fucking nice tunes. I know he's your mate as well, the devil, and he will. He can be good buddies, and he's good fun. He's got to be. He's got to be, hasn't he? Otherwise, nobody give him any fucking time. Nobody give him the time of day. Nobody would give him the time of fucking day, would they? If he wasn't a nice guy to hang about with. There would be no evil in the fucking world. If the devil's a shit guy, I'm sure he's a fucking great guy to hang about with. He's probably far more entertaining than hanging about with God. Absolutely. A lot more fun. I'm totally with you, Gary. But just consider my words. Just consider that might be hanging out. And I know you're aware of it. And it doesn't seem to me as if it's doing you any good, my friend. And I'm just saying that I want you to consider that you know, there is another way. And it doesn't have to be boring. Now, you know, like, well, if God is the bull, I've seen it. God isn't the bull. You haven't seen God. He's the Son. He's not the Son. Yeah, God didn't. No, you haven't seen. No, Gary, I tell you now, you've not seen God. You haven't. I'm going to him. You have not. You haven't. Take my word for it. Take my word for it, my friend. If you've seen God, you'll be dead. Really. No one sees God, comes back alive. No. Trust me on this. Okay. Right, Gary, there's two of us now on here. I've been here 3 hours 37 and I've got stuff to do today. I'll stay longer if you want me to. But do you want to get on with your day? If you've got any questions now, I'll stay longer and answer them with you. I'll help you if I can. If you find talking to me useful, I'm here for you, mate. I know you're genuine. I appreciate you commenting on my videos, even though I don't agree with what you say. And I can take it when you said, fuck off, you were a bit abusive. You said, fuck off, you bipolar. I can take that. I can take that, mate. You can have a slap at me if you want. But if you want, I'm here for you. If I can help you, I'll do it now. But there's two people watching, and the problem is I don't know whether it's you. I think it's probably you, just you and me. And, my prayers were answered. I'm not persuading. There were 5 totally a white guy, Chinese, and Asian, African, Jamaican. Yeah, is this some sort of fucking joke, mate? Walked into a bar. Is this some sort of joke? You've been praying to the wrong guy. Gary, listen to me. You're dealing with the wrong guy, mate. Honestly. Look into my eye, Gary Rayner. Look into my eye. You've been talking to the wrong bloke. All right? I can face down the very fucking devil himself. I will. I'm not going there. Gary, I'm not going there. I'm not commenting on that. I'm fucking talking about the McCanns here. That I'm not going into the Harry and Meg's wedding. I've not even looked at it. I know fuck all about it. I don't know what it means. I've not looked at it. I wouldn't fucking say anything about it, what it means, or I've not looked at it. I could look at it and I could discern some meaning from it. Yes, I could, but I'm not going there. Everything in life has got meaning. Every fucking thing. And you can find meaning everywhere. All over the place is everything you look at. So, and you can end up a Gary Rayner, like you, confused, running around in fucking circles. That's what the devil wants to do. He wants to confuse you. Inspector line was, look me in the eye, Madeline. James Bond thing. I know, look, fuck. Gary, you're confused. You're looking everywhere. The truth is everywhere. You can see truth everywhere. You can see the sign. I know you are. But me, I know you're telling me the truth. I know you're telling me the truth as you see it. You see truth everywhere. You are confused. You're confused by the devil. You're not in touch with God. The devil's got you running around in fucking circles, my friend. The devil has got you running around in circles. It's a psyop by the devil himself. You're running around in fucking circles and you're going to disappear up your own arsehole, mate. You are. That's what's fucking happening to you. And God has put me in your life to give you a way out. That's what's happened here. That's what's going on right now. Right here, right now, in front of you, at this moment in time. You live your life in the fucking moment. Start to live your life in the moment, in the here and now. Here, now. Don't be confused. There's no need to be fucking confused. You are confused. You say you're not. You say you're not confused. Well, you fucking well are. I know you are. Because you think you saw Madeline in your shop. And you fucking well didn't. Because you weren't there. Because I'm not confused about that at all. So somebody's fucking playing mind games on you. And God wouldn't do that. God would not do that. But the devil would. And that's who you're talking to. Mark my words. Gary Rayner. Mark my words. But you're welcome to join in tonight, if you wish. Oh, I see. I meditate a lot now, laughing Buddha. When it comes out, you will see I'm not Sean Stone guilty as hell. I don't even fucking know who Sean Stone is. I haven't looked at him. I don't know. The God showed you which is who. Who are you talking about? Gary, look, I've said what I've said. And I'm going to get on. All right? I've told you what I think now. I can't spell it out for you anymore. I'm not going in because it's banging the fucking head against the brick wall. Right? I thought I was going to get through to you there. I thought I was going to give you pause. It doesn't fucking matter who you meditate to and what you meditate and who you fucking speak to when you're meditating, whether it's Buddha or whatever. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. What you are doing is going around in fucking circles. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing right now. I know you don't want to go around in circles. I know you'd rather not be going around in fucking circles. I know you'd like to find some fucking truth in your life. I know everything that you're telling me that you believe. And I'm telling you now, you're going around in circles. It's as plain as fucking day it is. All right, Gary. Oh, fuck's sake. I can be objectional. I fucking well can be objectional. No one's going to send me round in circles. I'm not going to go looking at all of this shit. It's all unimportant to me. I don't need to look at any of it. I can see through it. I could brush the fucking shit aside. Who is my God? I don't fucking know. What do you mean? You wouldn't ask that fucking question. Watch my videos, for goodness sake. What do you mean, who is my God? What a fucking ridiculous question. My God is God. The God. The only fucking God. The God of the universe. What a fucking stupid question. All right, Gary, cast no stones, whatever. Watch tonight if you want, all right, mate? And you might find something out here. You're welcome. I'll cast stones, Gary. I can cast a few fucking stones. I should be casting some stones. I appoint myself the fucking right to cast some stones, eh? And if I'm wrong, I'll be judged. Right, I've got to go now. There's two people here, me and one of them. I don't know whether it's you, Gary, or Scotland Yard looking in. I don't know. But no, I'm gone. Any minute now, I'm going to go. Right, okay, there's the person watching want to make themselves known, otherwise I'm off because I've got stuff to do. If I can help anybody, if anybody's got a question, I'll be here a little while longer. Just give you time to type. I think Gary's gone. You've got stuff to do, Gary, today, you have. So there's somebody else watching who doesn't want to identify themselves. So I'm going to take my prerogative and go. Okay. All right. Well, nobody's making themselves known, so I'm gonna be off. Okay. I can sit here and just contemplate for a little while and have a look and talk to the person who won't identify themselves. I can just do some computer housekeeping here. All right. Okay. End stream.